Are we live? We are live? Are we live? We are live. We're trying some experimental shit here, guys. We're just trying some experimental stuff here with this, a new intro type thing there. And the music you heard, by the way, is my band, Luminous. And I'm sure that one of my moderators in the chat can drop a link to my music on SoundCloud. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot to send Irish Sweet a link. He's not in my group, so I actually have to send him one, right to him so that he can jump in here because he always likes to jump in as well. So let's do that. There you go. Send one to you, Irish. If you want to jump in, you're welcome to do so. There was no music. Oh.
You didn't hear anything?
Nope, they're saying nothing happened.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, something's getting broken.
Something's getting broken?
I'm breaking something expensive tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so here he can let us know himself. So you didn't see any tunes or anything or music or nothing for the intro before we went live? Irish? No, I don't hear you, brother.
No, negative.
Weird.
Okay, so the echo should be off.
Yorkshire pine snake.
Yeah, it's a special pine snake now.
Let me make sure.
Good morning, Rory.
I see you've got the Christian Snoopy Charles Schultz on there.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody has to read me the Christmas story, Linus would be it.
Right? That'd be cool. But he puts you to sleep, though.
That's the point.
But just sleep through Christmas.
If you want to stay
That's
awake,
a hell of a Christmas present as a parent.
if you want to stay awake, just let us do it in Afrikaans and have Google do the captions. I promise you, it is hilarious. It's the most fun I've had while being stone cold sober in a very long time.
Doesn't happen very often, huh?
Wait until you hear it in Welsh. It just says, buy some punctuation, idiot.
I'll post that short. Hello, Randolph.
I just wanted to pop in and say hello and put a voice and face to the name for you.
Great.
I've just discovered a rat infestation on the lean-to of our house. Sweet. And it looks like it's been there for a long time. It looks like the cats have tried to destroy it, but the rats keep coming back the very next day. So
I thought the cat came back the very next day.
That's what I was hoping for, but I
thought he was a goner. But
yeah. There's a whole bunch. I don't know how many. There's like 50 or 60 in there. It's crazy.
Oh no, that's not good. That is not good.
So I'm just taking a break from that right now.
Try giving them to a man going up in a balloon. See what happens.
That's a literary reference, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
It is.
Throw a snake in it and see what happens. They'll soon piss off.
We can send you some snakes.
Can't smoke here. Some snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, you need snakes, yeah. Like
I haven't seen any snakes around here. They used to be in my old neighborhood when I was a kid, but I haven't seen one around here anywhere. I think there's enough cats around here to keep them at bay.
Around here, all we have is fucking like what do you call them? They're not
rabbits.
Garter snakes, and then you got to go into the Okanagan for the rattlers and shit like that.
No, we have here in the Western Cape. We have puff adders. They vipers.
Nasty.
They really badass. And they lazy, so they just lie wherever they are, and you step on them. And we have the yellow cobra. It's so it's another bad one that we have here. And when we lived in Richards Bay, yes, I actually caught the Zulu name. I heard the snake, and I told my husband, I said, "There's a snake in that bush," and he laughed at me. And 2 days later, 6 o'clock in the morning, he'd gone jogging. And I was still sleeping. The kids were small. And he walks into the bedroom and he says to me, but very nonchalantly, he says, oh, by the way, when you get up, just phone the guy that catches snakes. I'm like, what? He says, yeah, no. He says, no, yeah, there's a snake in the guest room. I'm like, what? He says, yes, I tried to catch it, but when it rose and lifted its hood like that, I decided maybe it's not a good idea. So I tried to sweep it out with the broom, and then it got really aggressive. It was a 2-meter spitting cobra. It's a Mozambican spitting cobra. 2 meters. It was this tall. My husband's 2 meters. And I knew it was in the bedroom. In the bedroom. And I knew it was there. And the guy that caught it said that they're very territorial. So we just moved into the house. It was very bushy and we were still cleaning out. And I was walking here with my little baby that she was 1 year old. And I heard this sound. And they laughed at me. They said, it's not a snake. It's something else. And I said, it was that snake. It was going psst at me.
You should also have in your area yellow mambas.
Not in the Western Cape. I'm in the Western Cape now, but in where I used to be, there used to be black mambas.
Yeah, but I thought in Western Cape that's where you found the yellows.
I didn't know you found yellows.
You should try to get talking with Nervardia. She knows a lot about snakes, but kind of more the Australian ones, I'd say.
South Africa is like Australia east or west.
No, we're not as wild. We're not nearly as wild.
What?
In
No.
Africa?
If I go to a bar and I hear an Australian, I'm cool. If I hear a South African, I'm like, do I need to protect myself?
No. Well, we do have that expression. Africa is not for sissies, you know. Sissies.
That is true.
Irish speed. All you need to remember is it's just been revoked, and you're all right with South Africans.
I'm okay with South Africans.
Well, I am too. It's just there's a comedian that was like that was talking about hearing a South African, and every English person goes, "Oh, they're badass."
Well, my son makes a very. He always reminds us that last year sometime, the Afrikaans accent was voted the 3rd sexiest in the world. So he always makes a point to. Do you know about that?
Which were first and second?
Afrikaans
Shit,
was
I don't
first
know.
at the time.
Doesn't matter.
The Midwestern United States accent that Mikey and I have. That was the second sexiest.
It's the way that I say soda. That's what really gets the ladies. Soda.
Just to answer Aunt Jur there, Glass Monster gets a free pass because he's got a cat.
I agree. We have to all say
No.
hail, hail.
What the hell does that have to do with what she said?
Hey, this is the internet, man.
You can come
Cats
from
are always on
1850
topic.
if you want to. That's what it means.
Oh, we have to make this a cat video somehow.
Yeah, it is
I
the
agree.
internet.
How
On
else is
YouTube.
Neil going to get monetized with us lot?
But he's going to get bored just now.
I am monetized.
Can I
When I
tell you
went to
something?
when I get the link to share this on Twitter, I had to sit through an ad before I could get the link to. So I'm monetized.
Glass Monster, I can tell you this story that our gay brother and his partner, hulle 4 katte. I think they have either 4 or 5 cats.
They
And
permanently have 4 at a time.
Yeah, at least 4. They come and go, and
I
these
can
cats are all named for Egyptian gods and goddesses.
Nice.
It's
Awesome.
Isis and Horus.
That's awesome.
But the funny part is still to come. So they lived across from a church, and this one cat. I kid you not. This is really it really happened. So this one cat had this habit of every Sunday, as soon as the congregation sits down for the sermon, this one particular cat would walk into the church, and then he'd actually. Some people would like the cat, and they would call him, and he'd sit on this one lady's lap the entire sermon. And then there were other people in the church who found that very distracting and disturbing. To such an extent that they had a special meeting of the elders of the church. And my brother got a call from the minister at work to tell him that he has to keep his cat in the house on Sundays because the members of his congregation are really upset because some people love the cat and others hate the cat.
But all their cats are weird. Like the one cat was shot with a pellet gun in the throat, so it can't make a sound. It just goes like.
Now, why can't the church control itself instead of trying to control you as a cat owner?
Because the cats are the familiar and the spying firm.
That cat there, his name is Rat, by the way.
Okay.
Ironic
Randolph
that
needs
Buddy
him.
there has a problem with the rats, and my cat's name is Rat.
Okay.
Oh no, the problem's getting solved today. We're rebuilding the lean-to anyway, but and that's where Neil and I are going to do our upcoming show from. But it's going to be completely cleared out first. So
Randolph, you doing a show?
Keep the rats.
Exactly.
True North Talk. It's an atheism call-in show. Neil and I co-host together.
I thought it was an
Mikey-
updated modern version
Mikey
of Home Improvements.
And Mikey's doing the magic behind the scenes to make things work.
Yeah, if you can get it to work.
If he doesn't break things.
So I'm still gonna break something, but I found out what the problem was.
Oh,
Neil's monetized.
Neil, did you hit the go live button on StreamYards?
I did, yeah.
That's why it didn't work.
I didn't
That's
hit
why
it.
we need
until
Mikey.
Hold on. I did not hit it until you told me to hit go.
No, that's when you were supposed to start talking. So we had your show going twice.
I think we need to have some clarity on terminology, Mikey. That'll be your job. But
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what's going on.
Have you had too many gummy bears?
No, see,
I haven't even had any.
Oh, that is the problem.
I just shared that on Twitter this morning.
Neil,
his picture of his gummy bear.
Need a little shatter? Help you out there? A little
I'm
shatter?
good.
Calm things down?
If I need shatter, I got a friend that's got some downstairs.
That's why there's
now.
no
He's
big
got honey
cloud
oil
from it, 'cause
shatter.
it's shatter.
I know
gummy bears.
I kind of know what a lot of that stuff is you guys are talking about. I don't smoke any marijuana myself, but I run
That's
some
too bad.
internet sites for some dispensaries. So.
We need to get Randolph stoned just once so he can see what it's all about.
I want to get stoned, but I can't smoke.
Hey, you don't have to.
Somebody wants to get
Okay.
Not good.
There's many ways.
I recommend if you're not a smoker, then do the edibles. All right, I've got gummy bears or cookies or whatever you want.
But I'm really scared to do it.
I tell you, Neil is somebody I would trust, actually, with this kind of thing. But I don't have an interest in getting high.
Just a quick little intro. My friend Ease, or Eases, as he's called. Who
I know you.
He's a fucking fantastic artist, and I ordered a piece that I saw of his that I had to have because it had Cookie Monster in it. So, and he sent it to me. He sent it to me, and it should be showing up at some point.
Yeah, it should be sometime this week. Give or take.
There we go. Couple gummy bears
Well,
right
I'm
now.
pretty sure that if
Things are
the
about to
Cookie
get
Monster
wild.
ate I'm pretty sure that if the Cookie Monster ate the 2 cookies that I ate during the last stream you were doing there ago.
It rhymes with touche.
I'm pretty sure if the Cookie Monster ate those 2 cookies, he'd be laying on the floor wondering what happened.
Yeah.
Well, probably.
We don't have a Cookie Monster.
That's too bad. Too bad.
Yeah.
South Africa is missing way too many things on this.
Well, we have biltong.
Hey.
We were talking about
You've
that.
also got Jenkum.
We were talking about that in between shows. So I watched back my show, Neil. Unfortunately, only 4 people watched it. It was only 3 minutes long, or not even 3 minutes long, but it worked. So it does work.
Okay, so basically, I can't go live here. You have to do it there. Is that what you're telling me?
See.
See, so how do I know that we're live?
When Mikey tells you.
I don't.
When Mikey says go, when you should talk.
Well, it does the 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
1.
No, you don't say one.
They never
say one.
No,
Except Mikey's going to do it in Spanish.
in the movie industry, they'll go 5, 4, 3.
Tres, dos.
So there's no sound for the audio editors and whatnot. Right?
I give it to you in Mandarin.
I can do it in Afrikaans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm the only woman. Where's the woman?
I could do it in Chinese.
Very few.
Apparently,
Mandarin
I'm not
is
attractive enough to have women in this thing. Once in a while, they're like Wonder Lady likes to come in. Jen Aldrich likes to come in.
Oh yeah, I think
yeah,
Wonder Lady
just
would like
about
to
to-
talk with Tersia here. Yeah, they both have an interest in literature.
Tricia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I was just about to ask where Mikey's troll was, but
Where
Jen
what?
apparently is Mikey's troll. But Jen must be busy elsewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she hasn't harassed me in quite some time.
She's been harassing
You know
me.
what,
Be harassed.
You don't have to be around to be harassed.
I think it'll blow over.
I don't know.
At least I hope it will.
I get along
Feeling
well with
left out,
men.
Mike?
I grew up surrounded by guys. So I just feel comfortable
So,
being surrounded by.
So what you're saying is this Brady Bunch layout works for you.
Absolutely, I love it. I feel so centered. I feel like the Virgin Mary. But there's an artist. It could be a
Yes.
painting. I just need a halo.
Virgin Mary surrounded by 8
Oh, is that the
males.
time?
I just adjusted my AC because that's the temperature outside right now.
Oh my God, no.
49
That's
degrees.
it.
Oh my God! Get a blanket. Get a blanket.
Dude, that's eccentric.
A wet one.
That's
And I need to get
that's not
cleaning up
Fahrenheit.
before the sun goes down here. So it's very nice chatting with all of you. Very nice to meet you. And
seeing you, Rich.
have a great night, everyone.
Get the hell out of here,
See you
Randall.
later,
Go
Randall.
do your
Bye, Randall.
housework, God damn it.
Bye.
See you, brother.
Get rid of the rats.
You be good now, dear.
Always procrastinating.
Yeah, that's him. He doesn't get a lot done in a day, you know. Like
Randall?
I'm
me.
not surprised. I'm not surprised. In Canada, the days are like 3 hours long. That far north.
There's my
What do you-
temperature.
I should add,
Ooh.
the sun just rose.
Is that Celsius?
That's Celsius. Yes, it's cold.
That
Oh,
is
and do you
cool.
have
Oh, are you in the
It is cold.
UK?
No,
No. No, I'm in South, but it's winter
South
here.
Africa.
South Africa.
It's
Southern
winter on that
Hemisphere.
side of the globe. Yeah.
I thought she was
Yeah,
in
just-
Siberia.
No, it said
You know we
Worcester,
are
and I
on
think
the
it hold on a
globe, right?
second.
There's no
There is
flowers
a
here.
Worcester. Yeah, there is a Worcester. It is.
Yeah,
It's
and
now.
It's 20. Well, hang on. It's
Oh, that's
22
nice.
degrees here. So,
That's
you know.
nice and balmy. I love that. You see, I don't like the. I prefer cold to heat. So I'd do well in Canada.
Well,
I
it's
love
it's
Canada.
much easier.
What?
Much easier. That's Fahrenheit.
No,
Fahrenheit.
that is also
Here.
Celsius. That is also Celsius.
It was 23 here this afternoon, Celsius.
How much?
It was 23 here today
okay,
this
that's-
afternoon.
He's on the
You're-
other coast.
He's on the other coast.
I'm
yeah,
on the
that's
west
good.
coast of Canada. He's
Oh,
on the
that's
east coast of
nice.
Canada.
It's
14
cold.
degrees over there.
And
Muted.
it's 4:20 in the morning.
Oh, time to light up the movie.
5:30 in the morning. And
Mike made 1980. So
I'd
Any
see
of you
that.
guys
Yeah.
in the northern hemisphere get a glimpse of Comet Neowise? I was trying to see it from here, but we were
Yes.
too far south.
There's somebody.
I wish I
Yes.
could have seen that. That would be amazing.
Because
Yeah, we
Hottest I've ever been in is 67 Celsius.
ooh.
What?
Yeah, it's the Middle East.
Wow,
Was
that's
that?
hot.
Was that when you were in hell?
Mikey.
The Middle East, yeah.
Get me in trouble.
Persian Gulf.
you can't see my ring, can you?
Ah,
Can't say it don't exist.
you've been
Wait.
taken.
It's
Wait,
green.
Uh,
Through your finger.
Yeah, it's
Are you-
green.
Oh, is it a Green Lantern ring?
I'm holding nothing.
Don't laugh.
Yeah.
I have a Green Lantern ring right here.
Is it made of
Yes, you
ABS?
have a green screen.
Mikey, is it made of
Hold on, I gotta-
ABS?
Silicon? Yes.
No, ABS plastic. The ring.
Which
No.
is a silicone.
Hold on.
Silicon.
Yeah.
Ah,
ABS is silicone, by the way.
So, Easy, what do? You do sculpture? What do you do? You
No,
do
I'm a
art?
graffiti writer.
Oh.
Yeah, born and raised in New York. I took it on as a profession later on in life, but it's something I always did. I studied the arts. I studied how to paint, anatomy, and everything else.
Paint.
Wow.
So have you
these
just
days
doxed
I'm not doing
yourself
too
as have you just doxed yourself as Banksy?
There we go.
I do not respect Banksy. That is not an artist, and I will not. Yeah, sorry, that's not a.
No,
that's not an
I'm
artist.
with you.
I know
Yeah,
a lot of.
I'm an actual like I was part of the culture that brought this into the world. Like I saw the guys who created this culture, and I was part of that group. So yeah, it's always been my the anarchist in me, been the activist in me.
Okay.
So yeah, I've always it's kept me on the street and kept me involved. And now that I'm older, it's hard for me to do the murals I used to. So I'm looking for other ways to express my art.
As a
Dude.
high school teacher, I'm quite familiar with quite a few of anatomist artists in my time.
Okay. Anatomist, I like that one.
What he's referring to, folks, is
Oh,
you know,
wow.
in school you'll see. Oh, that's cool. You'll see stuff like this.
Demonetized.
No,
No,
it's
no,
past
no.
the first minute. It's past the first minute.
That's right. They said first 30 seconds, and we can make stupid jokes like that.
Yeah, you can
But,
say
yeah.
things like motherfucker.
Hey,
Which
whoa.
if you read about Samuel L. Jackson and why he says that all the time, it's because he has a terrible stutter, and that is his word that he goes to that helps stop his stuttering.
Wow, I didn't know.
Me
that.
too. That's why I say it all
I'm
the
also
time.
gonna agree with that.
I just thought it was because every time he says it, he gets paid from Pulp Fiction.
Probably. But no, there was an article that he was interviewed, and as a child, he had a terrible stuttering problem, and obviously he used different words when he was a child, but growing up now, or as an adult now, he uses the word motherfucker.
Wow. Shall I tell the story about Daniel, another Daniel story? My son was about 3, and at that time, he did not hear that swear word from me. So the Afrikaans for shit is cock. Now, just listen to you can feel it. Cock. Cock. You know? It's such an expressive word. He did really not hear it from me at that time. Yes, it's a beautiful word. I mean, it's beautiful. But he was 3, and he picked up this word from our neighbor. So, but the funniest thing is, he knew exactly when to use it. He'd be playing with a toy, and the little truck would fall off, and he'd say, "Ah, cock," you know. And I'd say, "Stop there!" And I tried everything. And I really punished him severely, and he just wouldn't stop saying it. So Devan was with us, and he was playing with his little car. We were all sitting and chatting, and the car came undone or something, and he said, "Ah," and as he started saying, he looked up at me and he said, "Ah, cock-a-doodle-doo." That was, and then
that'll be the way that I say it from now on. I'll just say cock-a-doodle-doo when I want to say.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. That's yeah. Nobody will know. You'll
I
get
am
away with
so
it.
sick of this cock-a-doodle-doo around here. It's always same cock-a-doodle-doo, new different pile, man.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. But
Well,
and
that's what
then
the rooster said.
that's. But you have to practice cock. It's a cock like that,
Cock.
and you have to cock. Yeah.
We have that word.
You know,
We have that word too.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Oh,
I'm not sure it
like
quite
that.
works.
We say that.
Well, there's
wow.
two things. There's two things it could sound like.
That's
One is anatomy, and the other one is just kink shaming.
Yeah. Or philosophy
Yeah,
shaming.
Oh, philosophy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, philosophy shaming deserves it though.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
if we
cuck
say it again-
philosophy. Cuck philosophy. The guy, the philosopher that has like 74 different types of cuckolding.
I don't even know what that means. Does he mean rooster, roster?
It's a lot.
It's a euphemism.
Sons of mice.
Well,
Neil,
Rooster
it's a
would be the one
euphemism.
with the right equipment.
Oh.
How do you
Maybe
spell
he's
that?
maybe he's doing like some sort of fantasy
I
sports.
get it. I can be a little slow.
So Irish, what do you do?
I am
Very
a financial and economist bullshit detector.
Okay. Okay. Is it working?
Yeah.
It's not
So-
working on my end, man. I'm getting ripped off
Okay.
left, right, and center.
Neil, I know what you do. Glass Monster, what do you do when you're not talking? You know that phone, that mic, whatever it is, that you, when it's not a vape, it looks like it reminds me of an old
Coil phone.
old phones, tiki
Buckle
balls.
up,
It is.
everybody. Buckle up.
It is.
But-
To me, it looks
yeah,
like
we about to get a 20-year story.
Yeah. I have the exact same thing. Not here, back home in New York. And it has the coil with the plug for the earphone. You can talk through it.
And these guys use like ancient technology with modern day stuff. Like it's just
Yeah,
hilarious.
I like that.
Mikey, that's
Um,
good quality.
Yeah,
And
I
Five
use
Snake, what
valves
do you
for
do?
preamps for my phone.
Very cool.
Valves, those are valves.
Must look funny with it sticking out of the back of your phone.
Wow.
He's got one of those coal phone chargers.
Um,
You gotta stoke it up to get it charged up.
He's got like
And
the Willy
Steam
Wonka
powered.
bicycle. It's like the Willy Wonka bicycle attached to like a bellows. And it's just kind of springtime, ring-a-ding-ding
No
time.
steam.
My company 1 year for Christmas gave us these fucking flashlights that are also a radio that you have to crank.
We have one of those.
that's for Africa.
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Dad has one of those. But it only
Yeah,
shines for 2 seconds.
Hey!
That makes you wind it
You're
up the whole
right.
time.
Yes. But you know, I need one of those because we have load shedding in South Africa. Do you know what load
You
shedding
have to
is?
explain what load shedding is.
You mean
No idea.
load cock-a-doodle-doos? Go ahead.
It's a lot of cock-a-doodle-doo, but you do it in the dark. It's
You're going
Oh,
Catholic
like a
again.
wow, wow.
Brown
Am I
chicken,
gonna have to
brown
stream this
cow.
through Pornhub now as well? Or I don't know.
That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to make the Neil the 604
Why
Atheist
not?
Pornhub account.
We've been talking about
I've already
crack
done
and
it,
everything
Mikey.
else. Why
I'm
not?
already on it.
It's probably already easier to get monetized on
Oh,
Pornhub
it says
than it is
it says
YouTube.
it doesn't say sign up. It says log in because this email has already been. Oh my god!
so
You're
so
asking
load
me what I
shedding.
did?
True, I did, and then I started talking about load shedding, but that's because we have a totally corrupt government, and the electricity company was taken over by the government, and they ruined it. So now we have load shedding. So we have an app on our phones, and when there's not enough electricity, then you get a message: load shedding stage 2, and then you don't have electricity, so they stagger it. So, for example, yesterday we Worcester didn't have electricity from 2 to 4, and then depending on what level you're at, it's for 2 hours or 6 hours, or so that's load shedding. That's Africa for you. So I need one of those. I need one that has Wi-Fi that I can turn and plug into my computer.
Being in South Africa, I'd just go with solar panels, so you can say fuck you and go totally off grid.
In
That
my
would
case,
be
if
nice.
the power goes out, I can flick a switch right here beside me and start up a 500 kilowatt diesel generator.
Yes, but we don't have fuel either.
Yes, Rory, I'm on OnlyFans. Would you like some free nudes?
What more?
Neil, we talked
I not
about
got
this.
enough?
We don't give those out for free anymore. They have to pay
Oh,
from
right,
now on.
Right.
This
Right.
is a
My
Okay.
day
business.
job
It
is
has
diesel
to-
mechanic, in case you want to know.
Okay.
Like you have a
So-
job.
Then building valve
Right.
amplifiers for guitars and other musical instruments.
So are you sitting in a shed or something?
No?
Me? Me?
Man cave.
No, he's on the. He's
No,
on the.
Pine Snake's in a bedroom. You're in a bedroom. Easyism is in his studio, I suppose.
Yeah,
Not?
like pretty much my
Yeah.
studio. The lights are
And-
off.
Okay, yeah. I know where DF is, and it looks like. Okay. And so, can I ask something?
You can
Why?
ask whatever you like.
You just did.
I did. You're right.
Next
Can I ask
question.
something else?
No.
You just did.
What's like?
Sorry, Tersia.
Say you are going to ask something else. It's much
I
easier.
am going. I'm just looking at Neil and Glass Monster, and okay, Easyism is an artist, so he's fine. I'm not, but you. Oh, and
He's
Pine
fine.
Snake too. You've got long hair and beards, and DF also. So what's the thing with guys? Not that I have a problem with guys with long hair, but just is it not hot and uncomfortable? And
I live
Why?
in the UK. It's never hot.
So I'm one of those two. I just shaved my beard today because it was too hot, and I'm sitting in the dark. Yeah, I'm sitting in the dark because it's too hot. But I'm like them. My hair's really long, and I just shaved today. For me, it was the heat,
okay,
but it's enjoyable.
Okay.
I shaved too, but I missed this whole area.
There you go.
That's your age, though.
It's I don't know. You got to grow it to
Oh, easy.
enjoy it. That's the only way.
Breaking up on me.
because
Sounds
this
good.
whole thing about beards. I mean, Glass Monster. If we dressed you up in 19th, 18th century clothes, you'd be a Boer war warrior. You'd look like a Boer. You'd look like a veteran from the Anglo-Boer War. I mean, you just need a hat. I mean, it's so funny because when I grew up, men had to be clean shaven and had to have short hair. If you had long hair, it was a sign that you were a rebel. Now, I mean, old. Okay, you're not old. I don't know.
I'm not old.
I don't know. No, but it's just funny. All the guys now want to have long hair and big bushy beards. And when
How
I
old
grew
do you
up,
think I am?
oh shit,
With
I'm not going to
That's
guess
a direct
that.
question. Guess my age.
It's very.
Tersia, we've been
22.
Huh? Did you say 22? Well, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
You only knocked about 4
Seriously,
decades
thank
off.
you. If you think I'm 22,
122.
I'm an atheist. I lie.
I'll give you a hint.
Tersia-
Multiply that by 2 and add 3, and you'll have the actual age.
Oh, that's not my age.
You're only 45. I thought you were
Seven.
older than Neil.
Me?
Oh,
No,
Pine Snake.
everyone here.
Oh, Pine Snake. You did your
Everyone
math
in
wrong.
here is younger than me.
How old are you, Neil? 604.
Well, I'm going to be 54. Pretty close.
Okay.
Not that.
Well,
No, come
Tersia,
October, I'll be 54.
Tersia, we're all liberated as men, which is why we can grow our beards and our long hair.
Liberate.
We no
Well, I'm just
longer
too
have
lazy.
to follow the rules of society. We can just be ourselves, you know?
We don't
I'm
worry.
just too lazy to shave.
I'm just too lazy to shave. Yeah, no, it's just interesting because my son, both my boys want to grow their hair as well. And yeah, I get it. I mean, I suppose it's easier. You just tie it back.
It's
and
cheaper than haircuts.
cheaper than hair.
That's what sold me. That's what sold me.
But eventually it gets to a point where you do need to care for. You need to trim it around the ears. You actually got to care for your hair, or you will be uncomfortable. So,
And
Okay.
you
got
got to
someone for
start
that.
buying loads more shampoo and all the rest of that crap.
A girl I,
You guys washed your hair?
Afrikaans kid.
been a bit.
I just washed mine today. How do you like that?
You know, with my lack of
so
hair,
shiny and pretty.
Old Spice it.
Yeah.
Body wash,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor
Sweet, what's your-
poor Irish Swede. It feels left
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, Sweet, tell us about your long hair.
Hang on, I just picture Swede using like one of those fucking wireless, cordless buffers on his head. Get a good sheen going on there.
I
think
think
South
when it
African
came to Irish
Afrikaans
Swede,
is-
it just sneezed and it slipped.
Well, you know, when you have surgery, they shave your entire body.
This time of year, I could get into that.
When you have
Does
open
that
heart surgery, they shave
the
basically
hair
from
that
the
most don't
knees
get
up.
to see?
When you have open heart surgery, they shave you from the knees up in case they have to go in the aorta through your femoral.
Oh,
So wait, whoa. So your knees are hairy too? What's this shit?
Your legs up. Yep.
Oh, well, then
I
do
don't
the
have
whole
hairy
thing then. You know, don't leave me looking
Okay,
like
yeah,
a two-toned Cadillac. Just go
like
ahead
a
and
reverse
do it.
matchstick.
I don't think you're going to care
on the
much
bottom
because you're still alive after all of a sudden.
You know,
which is that's the bonus.
Yeah.
As soon as they take that tube out, do my legs.
So Tersia, because you're probably new to this game, I had open heart surgery 14 weeks ago, and
oh wow.
when you wake up, the first hour when you wake up, you're still intubated, so you have that tube down your throat that's force breathing
Makes
you.
it hard to talk.
And
For
well,
14,
and you
for
fight or
14
flight.
weeks, we've tried to kill him
Yeah,
by making him laugh as well.
yeah. Randolph has literally tried to kill me by making me laugh. I think it was 3 weeks post-op that I came on an after party, and my chest was just still, it was still held together by wires, so every little thing hurt. And Randolph
every
was
time
just
he laughed,
trying to
he's
make me
like
laugh.
Oh no. That's
I was like,
awful.
oh great, it's gonna be like a scene from Alien where his chest pops open and shit flies out, and it's gonna be.
So for the very first time, I was able to actually sit down and look at what it looks like when you have your chest opened up and what devices they use to hold your sternum open and everything. And my God, I wanted to puke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's.
What's this?
Yeah,
What's this, Ian? What's this?
That's my
Below here?
partner.
And purple. The answer is yes.
Welcome, Phoenix Jade. I like that name. That's a good name.
Purple.
Yeah,
the
don't-
answer
don't-
is yes. They shave
Don't let him
everything.
cut his hair.
Knees
I
up.
think,
Did they shave it? Only Purple would ask this.
but you know, sweet.
I've been thinking it.
Talking
Waiting for
about
someone to put it in.
talking about
Tersia.
the operation, my first child I planned a home birth, very liberal and whatnot, and then I had an then I had an
Giving
abrupt
birth to a
joke.
house must be painful as hell.
Holy. The human body is an amazing thing, Neil. It's an amazing thing.
Elasticity, all of that.
In any case, I had an emergency C-section at 6 weeks before the due date. So I was
I'm not
teaching.
surprised we're in a house.
So I was
Just the
teaching.
garage.
And
Let her
then-
finish, you guys.
And then I went into theater, and the most shocking thing to me that was completely unexpected. I hadn't attended any pre-birthing classes, but I was lying on the theater table, and I was still waiting for my husband to come because it was just chaos. And the next moment, the nurse pulls out 2 of those cheap disposable razor blades, and she starts shaving me. And I'm like, what
Baby
the
powder.
hell?
That's some baby powder.
Not even. There was no time for baby powder.
No.
It was just whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yep.
That was the most shocking part of that whole experience of having it. Well, then I went under general anesthetic. But
Yeah.
I still remember I was so shocked. She's gonna shave me there. And it was worse. It was worse than anything I'd been through.
So they wheeled me into the operating room, and they load you up onto the table that they're going to use, and then they're getting the IV ready to go for anesthesia, and she just starts shaving me from the neck on down, and I'm like, all right, and then they all of a sudden everything gets taken off and you're there in what you were born in, and they start shaving everything else, and you're just waiting. You're just sitting there going like, "Oh God, why can't the drugs kick in?"
I think what would annoy me most about
the other ones just to get the embarrassment out of your head, and you're like, yeah, like this, and all of a sudden you hear the GA guy go, "And you'll be asleep in 10, 9." That's the last thing I remember.
You never make it to 7.
I'd be like, okay, shave me.
I think what would annoy me most about that is the fact that they don't roll you up and over and do your back and sack and crack and that as well. It's like, don't just do a half a job, do the whole lot, you lazy fucker.
And the reason they do it is because
bleach
they
that
actually,
fucker after.
For me, I had a dissection, so my aortic artery all the way down into my leg had split like this. The first 2 layers had. And so they had to go back up through my leg and close it all back up. And so they had to cut into my right leg. And
yeah,
so
that anesthesia don't fuck around, man. They tell you to count backwards from 10, and that's just a joke. I mean, they just want to see how far that you can get. You know, you're like
whoa.
10 pickles.
They didn't.
And then you're out.
They didn't hit the side. They didn't hit the side, so you heard the or anything, did they?
No.
You judging by your facial hair, you go, good luck shaving all of that.
It was like a whole team, like Mario Andretti's pit crew, just sitting there. We're like, come on.
And Eddie with that lawnmower.
Yeah.
You see, I kind of expect, rather than the pit crew, that seems far too organised. I expect, when you pull up some lights and you get that homeless person and come and start wiping your windscreen.
Spraying dirty water on it.
They can shave from here down. They're allowed to shave me from here down. They're just not from here up.
We'll remember that.
If you're doing a chin graft, they're going to have to do chin as well.
They've got just a dotted line right under his beard, and then he wakes up from surgery and he's just bald face, bald head. They're like, "Oh, you meant below the."
What is going on?
That
you see,
what?
I once knew a person that had I knew a person that had a tattoo of a dotted line there, and in the middle it says "cut here."
That's a bit macabre.
It was funny as fuck because it was 6'7".
Was his name
tall,
Duncan
and
McLeod?
about 6'7" wide as well. It was enormous, and it were all pure muscle. It was one of these steroid fitness gym freaks.
He goes to the barber and he's just like, "Oh, wait."
Oh boy!
Dips across with the trimmer. All right, man. That'll be $30. Thanks.
I just want
you
to
only
say,
need 3 tools: needle, thread, and a knife.
it's so funny. Still being the only woman in the chat. That's saying that I know, Mickey, you guys are all liberated now, but guys are really.
My love, who is Mickey?
I'm still a kid.
Mikey. Sorry. I thought you were liberated. I can call you Mickey if I want to. I'm Afrikaans, okay?
Yeah.
I love that.
You can call him whatever you want. Thursday.
Whatever you want.
Just don't call him as well.
No, it's really
Well, except
funny.
no, I'm not going to bring that shit up.
I'm now teaching 3 14-year-old boys. So if I listen to you guys, really the only difference is the beards. There's no difference in the level of conversation. It's exactly the same.
Now hold on.
You touched my heart.
Young madam.
I actually take that as a compliment. Thank you.
This is why I have this shirt. This is why I have this shirt.
Some of us have goatees. Not just beard. Some of them are goatees. How dare you?
I apologize. I humbly apologize.
Mikey, I've got more hair on my chin than you've got in your entire body by the looks of things.
Ask his considerate with his lover.
You don't know what's under the hat.
Well, I'll take the hat off. We'll find out.
Go to patreon.com/Neil and I will show you guys my fully picked out fro. I will show you.
Peach fuzz.
Oh,
That's
goodness me.
No.
I'll show you my fully picked out fro too.
Yeah. OnlyFans.com/Neil6048.
So has your fro begun to grow back, sweet?
Oh my God!
Well, it's been 14 weeks.
Oh, that itch! That
after they shaved it just came back hairier and crazier.
Yeah.
It tries to grab his fork every time he puts a mouthful of food in and stuff. It's like
that
like little tentacles now.
The week 2 itch is why I had to reconsider a lot of my self-grooming habits. That week 2 itch is like, man, that's not where
ingrown hairs. Ingrown hairs are pretty terrible too.
Yeah.
Oh, those suck.
I hate them. Oh my God.
At the very top of my scar here, where there was the wire was actually still sticking out because they hadn't snipped it close enough into it. So I had to go back in and they had to like reopen it just a little bit and then get down and dig it in and snip out the wire that was sticking out. Well, what happened was this just became a giant pimple. It was so disgusting. And so it acted just like an ingrown hair.
Just to prove that guys and boys are just terrible, né? When you showed your scar, my daughter was 13 and she got her finger broken by a hockey ball, but it's the index finger of her left hand, and it was completely crushed. It was actually, she still has a titanium plate in her finger. So they operated. But then about 4 days after the operation, she had to start occupational therapy because the surgeon said she has to start moving it to get, and he was insistent that she had to be able to make a fist. So there was no band. It was just this open scar. It was this, and it still had stitches. So it was this mean, and it's from the knuckle, from
that's knuckle,
all the way to there. But that whole area, and it was this really. I mean, it wasn't a plastic surgeon that did the cutting. It was an orthopedic surgeon. So it looked really nasty, and it had the stitches.
They probably could have done a better job.
He could have, but then she got it. It was sort of, yeah. Well, yeah. So she got to school and she was so embarrassed about this terrible scar on her finger.
Cool.
And all the boys were like, "Yes, you look like an orc. It's great."
You look like an orc.
Whom do you serve?
You see his business card, kind of like Mo Sizlak. It says, "Yep, that's right. I'm a surgeon."
I am going to try that pickup line.
Like an orc.
Yeah, I'm going to try that pickup line, see if it works.
You look like an orc.
Hey, baby.
Was
nice stitches. You look like an orc.
So the doctor that
guess you didn't get laid that night.
Sorry, Pants Nick.
Sorry, the doctor that performed that surgery, was he called Dr. Nick by any chance?
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Yes.
my name is Dr. Nick. I'm going to cut you open today.
No,
I
yeah,
even
well,
brought my own knife.
Sounds like Dr. Zyberg.
well, Pine Snake, if all goes according to plan, my daughter she wants to join the UK Army, and she was hoping to go and stay with my brother. So if she ever gets to the UK, I'll be sure that she shows you her scar, because it's a mean scar, and she makes a mean fist.
Don't worry. If I ever meet her, I'll be saying, "Show me the freaky thing. Show me the freaky thing."
I heard you got something wrong with you.
They're assholes too, because man, the day after my surgery, they come in with the thing with the tube that you have to suck to get your lungs back in shape. It's like your vape thing, only it's attached to this little cylinder, and as you suck it, the level goes up, and until you get to 400 cc's. And man, right after surgery, when you're still being held together by titanium wire, that hurts. And you can only get like 20 cc's that first couple pulls, but man.
And there's no
All the time.
marijuana in there.
What
You know
that?
what happened? I had a gallbladder operation. It was worse than any C-section. And you know what? It was terrible. So I had a drainage pipe, and the next morning, when the nurse,
mine's right here.
yeah. So
Whoa, sweet. Down, boy.
Right here.
Oh, Jesus. I was like,
Take
So-
it
Now
off.
it's just
Take
keeping
it
it.
off. Show the
we've
scar.
all got that drainage.
mine
There.
was yeah.
Okay.
There's the scar. There's the drainage pipe.
This is going on.
We all
back-
got a drainage
Oh,
pipe
here.
down there, big boy. We all got that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one is catheterized.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, this is turning into fucking Lethal Weapon now, where everyone's comparing stars.
Thank you.
I
I'm
thought
not
to tell
gonna
a
kink
serious
shame.
story. So
Yeah.
the nurse, when she had to take the drainage pipe out, she forgot to release the suction on the pipe.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Hospital vacuum.
That yes.
It's a serious
Oh
low
my
pressure
God.
zone.
So she's pulling the pipe, and I'm like, we shouldn't feel like this. And then she says, "Oops, I forgot." And I could feel my.
Hey, where'd you come from? Sorry, I'm babysitting Baby Yoda right now.
I told you to wait in the ship.
So the weird one about mine is when you're going for open heart surgery, they have the pacer wires, the two wires that go in under your heart, so that if they ever need to restart your heart, they can just put the electricity to it right away.
Like a jump start.
Yeah,
They put
it's
alligator clips on my nipples and such a good battery.
so when they pull those out, those are connected
No
into your
kink-shaming,
heart,
Neil.
and so your heart just goes like this. It flutters instead
Rage.
of pumping while they pull it out. And it is the weirdest feeling you've ever had.
And then
So,
clicks
yeah,
forever
it's-
and a day afterwards.
Well,
this-
clicking, yeah, the clicking you can hear.
What?
Next time I. Oh my.
Everybody hush.
Wait, why?
There you go.
It's a
So I have-
miracle.
Irish Swede is a
mechanical
living
valve.
metronome.
I have a mechanical valve, the bileaflet valve, and every time it closes, it clicks. So every
Okay, so
time my
when you-
heart beats.
So how,
So sweet. I still need you to record that for me so that I can make you a song with your valve in it.
I need a metronome, and that's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
You can use the metronome and use verbs to make the melody.
Yes. Oh,
So
you-
the human form.
Here,
no, he's the metronome man.
Sure.
The $6 million.
Rage, I'm sending you a joint link. If you can jump in, jump in.
Yeah, I got beef
Hey,
with Rage.
yeah,
Get
if
him
you
in
record that, I'll put that on one of my synths
beef
and
with
use it as a sound in one of my synthesizers.
Okay.
So I think that's the right screen. Yeah.
here. I said
So
happy.
this is what it looks like. This is what's in my heart looks like right here.
I said happy birthday to Rage on his stream 3 times yesterday, and he ignored me. We got beef now.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, and I didn't actually. I forgot to say happy birthday to Rage yesterday. I meant to, and shit went awry because of the hockey. It's because I'm Canadian and we're allowed to get distracted by hockey. So happy belated, Rage.
I seen something
All right,
similar
maybe
to
for
that
a
in
minute.
Carburetor one day.
Yeah, get him in here so I can deal with
You
him
hear me?
properly.
That's
They
pretty
used
sweet.
something kind of
dude.
similar to that in Carburetor.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Neil.
It does.
What
it does,
Purple's
right?
just been saying is actually really interesting.
What's that?
There's some divine guidance that
let
brought
me
me to
find
the
it.
atheist community.
Without hernia surgery, I might have never known there was an online atheist community. 6 weeks
Wow.
I could barely get out of a chair, so I had nothing to do but binge watch YouTube.
Yeah.
And then almost
Glad
like there
you
was
did,
some
Bert.
divine guidance.
Right, you did.
Absolutely.
And Rage, I sent a link to your Twitter. Yeah, if you could jump in for 5-10 minutes, that'd be great.
Yeah, get in.
I got to tell you. Oh, he's there.
Okay, I just want to say that it's now 6 o'clock in the morning. I haven't slept in how many hours?
You had a nap. We saw it all on Twitter.
I tried to sleep, but I couldn't. I was just so excited. But so I don't know. Then please, I'll have to. Do you do this every week, Neil?
Three times a week.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
I just want to say that I cannot possibly do this every week because it is now Sunday morning, 6 o'clock, and I have to still clean the kitchen from last night's supper. And there's no ways that my husband is going to allow me to do this every week. But I would love to set an alarm every once a month or so, just to come and put some sanity and decency and common.
Thank you.
Just a little bit of a feminine touch with these grade 8 boys.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tersia. Tersia, we've actually been really polite because you're the guest of honor. Normally, we're not this polite.
Oh yeah,
this was our best behavior.
I know.
That's now that you mention these guys are a bunch of grade 8s, it reminds me of one of my stories in my geography class. So I'm always trying to give some hints of evolution and like let my kids know that
you got to hear in spades.
That we are animals, because in the Arab world, if you refer to someone as an animal, that's really haram. So my one grade 8 class, I just walked in like I'm greeting them, good morning grade 8s, and only half of the class got the gag, and at least they thought it was quite a bit funny. Instead of grade 8s, I said good morning grade 8s.
Before you take off, just give me a quick second here. Yeah. Before you take off, Tersia, because I realize that it's now really early in the morning for you. You should probably have a nap before you clean the kitchen. I just welcomed into the stream. Well, that's what she said she was doing. Like, don't what?
It is live and well.
Neil, you sure?
You got to admit that didn't sound very good.
Oh yeah, okay, I get
But at least
that.
I'm not
That's
barefooted.
Right, but you were never mind. I'm just going by the information you gave us. That's all. Anyway, and these guys, of course, are going to jump all over it, and I expect nothing less. But my good friend Nakasuchi is also known as the Raging Atheist on
Don't tear open your
YouTube. And I think Naka, if you're up for it, Tersia's got a great deconversion type story where it involves her entire family all going about it about the same time.
Well,
right?
I actually caught a part of the deconversion story, and I'm going to talk to John. You were just saying you only want to do this like once a month, but I think you would be perfect for our Sunday Apostate Alliance.
I'd love to.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And I need to get you on for just like 3 minutes so you can do my intro, and I'm just going to run you doing my intro for the rest of eternity. So
Who, me?
Yeah,
your accent.
You need to do my intro for me. And
what does that do? Does that say cock?
Well, you just have to say. All you would have to say is, "What's up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, you beautiful godless bastards." That's all you have to say, and then you can go and do whatever. You can go clean the kitchen.
I have been saved by the rage.
Just say that again. Just say that phrase again.
So, what's up, you sinners,
bastards?
What's up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, you beautiful godless bastards?
Can I put the cock in there?
Somebody click that one.
But again, I'm like the lesser of the rages at that point. So,
but you missed it. You know? Oh shit! He doesn't know what cock is. We'd have to. Do you know what cock is?
I know where there was some mountains where I grew up in North Carolina that thought that chasing cock was going out and hooking up with a woman.
I'm talking Afrikaans. In Afrikaans, shit is kak. We say kak.
Like K-A double K.
K-A double K.
Wow.
Yeah,
it derives from Latin. In
It's
Spanish,
that kind of party.
Yeah.
Neil, what the hell did you invite me into?
I'm sorry. No, I'm actually.
Walked
It's
right
them.
into it.
It's them. It's their bad influence. I'm actually a very decent.
Piss off.
I'm wearing pearls. I've got.
You've got a pearl necklace.
It's genuine
Oh my
pearls.
God.
I'm a look. Like Glass Monster can be dressed up and look like a Boer war warrior. I can be dressed up and look like Queen Victoria within 2 seconds. So I'm a really decent. I'm a really not Victoria's Secret, Neil. Queen Victoria.
I know what you meant. I love it.
I love it.
Your 604 number.
In all seriousness, just the few minutes that I've caught, because I've been like super busy since I got home from work, it has been a delight being introduced to you, Tersia. You are an interesting person.
I tend to get that from time to time. people say that I get that reaction. Interesting is the nice way of putting it. I've heard different versions of that. Oh shit. No, different no. Okay. Thank you, Noki. It's lovely. It's a beautiful compliment. I really appreciate it, and I'd love to do some more work. I'll get up or stay up until 2:00 in the morning. It's fine, no problem. I can do that.
You're amazing, Tersia.
Our Apostate Alliance, our co-host Faye is in the UK, so we kind of work around her schedule. So it might work out for you.
Oh, that's much better. It's just 2 hours difference. So yeah. But will you get my details from Neil? Neil next time, I'm definitely going to use my Twitter name. My Twitter handle is at Women at Works. One Woman Works, and I think I must use what.
And one is WON, by the way, guys.
Yeah. One as in to win. Past tense. Yes, the language teacher.
Past tense of win. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, the language teacher tends to sometimes jump in, but not tonight. Not this morning. So it's one Woman Works, because it's just me and I'm doing this thing. Well, I do have support from the community out there, and my brother is always there supporting me. And I'm hoping that when he gets back to work, he'll have some time left and with his fiance and getting married and all that stuff. So it was lovely to see all of you guys. It was amazing. And
I hope she has a Discord.
Jesus, here we go.
Nobody likes Discord, Glass.
I don't know how to use
Well, I don't
Discord.
do Twitter or Facebook.
Well, then you should fucking start.
I'm not on Discord unless I am. So
Well,
right. Exactly. Me too.
Well, actually,
the Flores have destroyed my Twitter.
I don't know how to use Discord yet. I'm still learning, but I want to. I'm in the process. Do you guys know Anthony Magnabosco?
Yep, he's good friends.
That's my
I have
cousin.
never heard of that man ever.
That's my cousin.
Mikey, if you think about it, we're all cousins.
Oh, gross.
If we go back far enough. But in any case, so I do have. I just got a Discord account because I might be doing a project with Anthony because I'm a teacher and I'm working on another project with the British Young Humanists UK, something like that, and the South African Secular Alliance. We're working on a facilitator's guide to teach critical thinking skills and skepticism. And somebody via got me tied up with Anthony, and it might be that I'll be helping with a project that he has in the pipeline to do sort of training in street epistemology. So maybe I can become a regular.
We get it.
Fixture.
He's better than us. We get it. We heard you.
No, Discord.
You don't like
I don't know.
not allowed.
Just don't go all Rene Descartes on us.
I don't think that you're allowed to have a YouTube channel because I can't watch another person like surpass me in 3 months. So you just keep doing what you're doing.
Her accent is going to dominate all of us. We have no chance. Just end your channels now, guys. Give it up.
Hey, man, I'm almost at 2,000. Come on.
I've got a ways to go. And please, guys, if any of you can help me. You did. Thanks. If I'm learning as I'm learning on the fly, and I have zero technology, and I just have passion and knowledge about science, and that's about it. And gray hairs. I don't have anything else. So if anybody wants to help me and teach me and show me some ropes and give me tips, please, I'm just open to learning. I'm not open. I'm just open to learning.
For that is FetLife.
She says she has no technology. My technology is from the 70s, so I don't know.
Damn it, Swede, get rid of your screen share.
Oh, sorry.
It's gone.
It keeps going gray, white, gray, white, gray, white, gray, white. No, nobody sees it but me. Right?
Okay, so
it's sweet.
So if I want to, if it's 6:10 now, and Dievan knows, I will just not stop. So I'm going to get up from this chair now. Love you and leave you. You are all amazing.
Wait. Have you considered that instead of cleaning the kitchen tomorrow, you just buy another one?
Just buy a new kitchen.
Or, you know what I am considering right now? We have 3 dogs, of which one is a huge, big, brown Ridgeback. If I just open the doors and just let the dogs in there, and then let them eat everything that's standing on the kitchen counter, and
job done.
You're done.
I mean,
knowing that you were doing this tonight, why didn't your husband do it?
See?
He doesn't like sharing me with other men.
Oh, that's what the real reason is. All right, now we're at the nucleus of the thing.
There's that, I guess.
Yeah. And she's on a string.
It's okay.
Husbands are always so greedy. I'm just,
you know what I mean?
Hang on. Tersia, you're fine. Your brother's here, making sure that nothing goes awry. It's all good.
Excuse me. I am the big sister. I can look after myself. I'm the big sister.
No, you're not.
Okay, he's making sure you don't destroy us.
So
where's this brother? Kick him off quick.
So Deep, I have 2 older sisters, and they talk. They talk just like she is. They're about this big off the ground, and they run around talking about, I'm the big sister. You're not the big anything. You're a tiny little human that's older than me by like barely any years. Calm down.
Well, the difference is 15 years, so she could have been my mother.
Yikes.
That wasn't
Please tell me you're
all right. We are definitely, there's going to be so many things that are clippable from this live stream. It's going to be totally abused on Twitter. I'm just like, Deef, do you have a Twitter?
Gold.
Deef,
do you have a Twitter?
I do have a Twitter, yeah. It's at Deef Brackenjan. Now, Brackenjan is the Afrikaans version of D'Artagnan. So I created that ages ago. I'm not very active, but I will get more into that. So at Deef.
You should.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Follow me and then send me a message, and I'll follow you back.
Yeah.
Mikey, I don't know if you caught that, but did you hear when I said that our gay brother, when he introduces me to friends, he says, "This is my sister. She got the balls, I didn't."
Yeah, I was there for that, but I'm just saying, don't try to tell us rowdy 14-year-old adult boys that you're in charge, okay? Because we take care of
that's a little high.
I was gonna say, Mikey, I'm thinking
the only difference between us and 14-year-olds is the cost of our toys.
I'm not that old.
And the hair.
And the hair.
Yeah. Metabolism. Joint.
Oh, and by the way,
movement.
Just to give you an indication, you mentioned your sisters are short. I am officially the shortest person in my household. My 13-year-old is now about this much. Oops, that's gonna come up completely the wrong way. But he's about 3 centimeters taller than I am, and that will not be clipped.
Yes, it will. Every time we get a new subscriber,
never say that, Tersia, because that's a challenge accepted moment.
Exactly.
It's like a commentator's curse.
On the new layout, when someone subscribes, a little video is going to pop up. It might be Neil licking a lollipop. It might be the inches comment. Who knows?
Also, when you're in a stream with Mikey, don't get up and leave your camera running because it will be snapped as a background for him.
Of course, he's got a lollipop on hand.
It's a bacon lollipop.
Bacon lollipop, pal.
Oh,
Bacon.
no, that's terrible.
Get your heads on.
Oh, no, it's delicious. It's like the third one I've owned.
We've already gifted him licking that thing. It's okay.
It's like candied bacon. It's basically like candied bacon.
Hey.
Candy bacon. Okay, guys.
I've got candy Lego.
Ooh.
Candy.
Yeah, we all know about that Lego.
Lego
Okay, 6 in the morning for her. Let the woman go.
Yeah, let her leave, you jerks.
So, guys,
Pleasure.
I'll talk to you all another time. I'll be.
And
if
400
I can't
kilograms
sleep,
of the
I'll
real
be
thing.
here.
I'll be the same.
Bye-bye.
Hold on, guys.
Pleasure,
Thanks again, Tersia.
Thanks to you.
Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Teresa.
Bye.
Bye. Private chat.
Bye.
Jesus.
All right, so who did
Guys.
I ignore yesterday? I heard somebody say that I ignored them.
Me.
Mikey?
You ignored me.
Dude.
I said happy birthday to you 3 times. You were
Holy
constantly
shit.
saying, "Oh, thanks for the happy birthday" to like 87 people. I was
am
there
so
for an
mad
hour and
at
a
that.
half.
Dude, all right, so that's like the second worst thing that happened yesterday. So Shannon Q wished me a happy birthday, and my new chat bot timed her out for it. So,
What? Are you kidding me?
yeah, no shit.
Happy birthday. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, my God. I have to rib the shit out of her for that.
Oh
now.
man,
That's
yeah.
gonna be funny.
She was like, I broke the no cap rule, and I'm like, no, I'm still face palming, yo.
That's quite funny.
Like, I feel like I missed so much yesterday because it was like a 6-hour stream. So I'm waiting for the live chat to come just so I can say thank yous to everybody that I missed. Mikey, I didn't even see you in the chat.
I know.
Lollipop, lollipop, lollipop.
I was like, let me say what's up, Knock.
Oh, man, I had
What's
like
up, man.
there was
I'm
like
looking
4 or
thirsty
5
now.
different like little dumpster fires last night. It was so much fun.
Your main man was going in. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Leo.
So-
He went off. Yeah, that was good.
So, knock. How ancient are you now?
Who's there?
I am 43 now, and I feel like I'm 68. So,
Dude,
You're
I'm
younger
10
than
years
me.
Still
old.
got a few years on Neil then.
I just want to ask you guys, do all of you guys create...
I feel so old. I gotta go.
Sorry, what was that,
Just
Dave?
give me a
Back
second
in
here.
my
I
day,
just want to ask,
TV
do you
was
guys
black and white.
create atheist content?
Sorry, one more time, Dave.
Do you all create content in the secular realm?
Mine's non-religious. It's more political. But if the question comes up, then I'm pretty sure everybody in my podcast is an atheist or a non-believer of some sort.
I make content that's
maybe YouTube as well, Mikey. Sorry.
my content is designed to trigger Christians. So I mean that's what I do.
Yeah, that's a few of your stuff.
That is understatement of the year.
That's just what I do.
content.
Yeah. I'm
So
trying to
Mikey-
get better. I really am. I'm trying not to be.
No, you're not.
Like, dude,
He's trying to get better, but that's none of my business.
Smokey Saint said, Smokey Saint came with me at this whole like Knox says sheep fuckers wrote the Bible, and I'm like, fuck, what video did he find? And I found it. It was 3.5 years ago, and it was my first conversation with Jill. Like this Christian went through all of my videos from 3 years ago, and he found this one comment. I was proud of myself for finding it. I'm like, I got it. So I'm putting it in a video.
Cool. I just want to know where I can find all you guys. Like, I'll go into Mikey's podcast. I'm quite into politics as well, especially being a geography teacher and at an American school. I need to be quite read up, and that'd be a nice.
You need to come onto the show.
Dude, I spent my first year and a half on YouTube making atheist videos, not knowing there was an atheist community. I swear to God, I didn't know. I met Cyrus the Skeptic, and he like opened my whole world up to this thing that I didn't know about. You know?
Yeah.
Get enough rocks together, you call it a community.
Yeah. This fractured dumpster fire of a community we find ourselves in. Yeah.
What I wanted to tell Neil, because it's actually me that connected with Neil after listening to him on Talking With It, and then I backed out because I'm in the UAE and my kids will, if they Google anything, it's a bit dangerous for me. So I need to be a bit underground. But one part that I would have wanted to tell Neil about my story as a teacher in South Africa was also the backlash from people learning in a small community, learning that you're an atheist and not going to church in a predominantly Afrikaans community. I was practically told by the principal, listen, you need to leave this, otherwise we will make
Wow.
Dude, we deal with on Sundays we do our Apostate Alliance, like I was telling Tersia there, and it's usually ex-Muslims, and they tell us our stories, and sometimes we're talking all over the world in countries in Africa. One of our guests came from, and we literally thought that the government was shutting down his ability to be able to talk to us, and we're literally doing it over the internet now. Right. So they can't shut us down. The problem is real. Like here in America, I think we get somewhat comfortable because we have freedom, or Neil's in Canada. We have these freedoms here that we take for granted, that in the rest of the world, man, they're still living under blasphemy laws. They're still being thrown off of roofs if they're gay, or if they're atheist. I feel you. Hardcore. Dude, the struggle is real. And I commend you. I commend you.
Yeah. Even in Christian countries in Africa, you find it's not just Muslim. In the Christians will persecute to the death apostates in certain places in Africa too.
Thing is, it goes even further than that.
Sorry, guys. If you are known, you could be shunned, and it could affect your actual livelihood. Not in a criminal sense, but if you're in a community and people don't agree with what you're doing, the chances of rising up is quite low. And that's why it's so important to just get the knowledge out, because most people still in South Africa has this idea that an atheist is anti-God, and that you're trying to change everyone's minds.
Us too, with Canadian Atheists. We're right on the same page, buddy. Yeah. One of the things that's often overlooked, though, with these Islamic communities, because we get requests from time to time, and there's people, their lives are in danger. They can't tell their best friends or their family members or their spouse. Yeah. Otherwise, those people will turn them in because of the kind of environment that's promoted under Sharia. It's really, really awful.
The uncles at How to Heretic have just been helping someone out under this idea. I think it's from Uganda. And it says, look, somehow my parents have found out I'm atheist, they throw me out of the house. A friend managed to put me up for a bit. And can you, is there any work that you need? So what they said was, look, we don't, but put some designs together, put How to Heretic on it somewhere, and we'll sell them on our whatever method they use of selling T-shirts. And he's actually making a raging trade from it now. But also, I've been watching a lot of old Dark Matter videos, and there was one he'd done, and someone had moved from where were it?
Who's just left?
IQ. It'd moved from somewhere up in the north down to the south, like Georgia or something, to be a teacher, and it's his dream job. And he was making videos, atheist content videos. They found out, and they threatened not only to sack him, but to vandalize his property unless he took it all down and denounced his atheism.
And he restarted his channel, and he does it.
That's right, yeah.
Deef, I'm particularly interested in talking with you at some point, because you mentioned something that's dear to my heart, is making sure that this misconceptions about atheism are corrected and back to what they're supposed to be, the baseline, the fundamentals. So are you on Twitter by any chance?
I am on Twitter, yes. I'm I'm not very active. Like I said before, I'm
No
also
problem.
getting into the community and getting
Let's get
started.
connected there, though. I put my Twitter address into the private chat. You can copy, and we'll hook up and send a private message, and we'll contact, because I'm very interested in
Randolph's
joining forces with you on this.
Can you spell it out, Dave?
I can put it in the private chat. So that's at
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Randolph 828 is mine.
So there you go.
And to Randolph's point, I joke around about my edited videos are designed to trigger Christians, but I think that my goal has always been to just show him humanity. I think if atheists, if we just show our humanity, we win.
I like what you're doing too, by the way. I really do. I think you're doing a great job.
I have my
message, and I do want to get on your channel with you too. So we'll try to do that.
I did actually send you a DM on Twitter, but I know you must be a busy individual, so I've just been patiently waiting your replies.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to get back to you. I want to get on with you at some point, maybe late this month.
I want to do an interview with you and just see what you're doing. Just let my channel see what you're doing up there in Canada, because I think you're doing great things, Randolph. I really do. I think you're a great.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'd be delighted to be on your program, by the way. I think it'll be great. So, because you and I seem to have the same general approach. I think you're trying to instigate things a bit, provoke thought, as Christopher Hitchens was really good at. And I think that's a wonderful thing to do, because if we can have free expression and open dialogue, then we can have a very, very good kind of result from it that can result in better progress in our conversations and whatnot. It looks like Neil's signaling me or something.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with Neil.
No, I mean, what I was going to say, Randolph, if you're going to go on the show, I'd like to come on at the same time as you, because I am also part of the Canadian Atheists and the community advocate.
I love it. Great. When Neil comes on my channel, or when I come on Neil's channel, it's like two brothers hooking up. Like me and Neil are like brothers, but we just don't get a chance to talk very often.
We'll do that.
We're busy dudes,
Yeah, we're very busy dudes.
So Anoka, Neil, and I'll do a threesome chat on your
That would be awesome, man. That would make my year, I think.
Okay.
Anoka, why don't you throw a link to your channel on my Discord?
Where's your Discord at? Because I'm recently back on Discord, so
he put it in the private chat.
All right, yeah, cool.
Right
I'll
there.
definitely go here. I'm trying to get back into Discord. I took a hiatus, and now I'm back.
Don't blame me.
There you go. I just popped her in now.
Discord's a fucking nightmare sometimes. So.
Well, I don't like having my own channel. I just don't like it. It's based off of me, and then there's rules, and I'm like, I don't like rules.
Fucking rules. I know.
I now know
I have one too. But
I now
don't
know
really
the
ever
new
go in there.
text channel to put in my Discord server. Atheism.
There you go.
So here's a fun question for everybody that's out here, because I'm not a creator, but I am writing and almost have a script done.
How are you not a creator with that fucking setup?
Because I game. And I don't really. I mean, the time has just been flying by. But I have a full script that it goes into the economic harm the church does to a country.
Oh,
what you mean, with tax exemption?
Well, not just that, but it's the economic inefficiency of the charity. Only 10% of the money donated that is specifically for charity actually makes it through to charitable causes through the church. Wow.
Yeah.
It's roughly about
almost as much as I like the fact that you're writing scripts, because I'm such a failed writer. So anybody that's still trying at it, I'm just like, yeah, man.
Well, the thing is, I have a voice.
I do the live thing.
I have a voice for silent film and a face for radio.
Irish Swede.
Yeah,
you do.
Thinking about that church taxing thing.
You know what surprises me about what? You know what surprises me about what Irish Swede just said is that the church is giving up 10%. I'm surprised they let that much slip through their fingers. Actually.
Oh, me too.
They must be furious.
Well,
the thing about what Irish Swede said reminded me of a diatribe of No Illusions, who's coming up really soon, and it says, with these PPP loans, it should go to the everyday worker because they are in some way contributing directly to the economy. Even if you go to things like banks and accountants and stuff like that, they are facilitating people working. But churches don't. They add zero to the economy. They don't do anything.
You know, there's a catch-22 about taxing churches.
But my question through all this is if I have a script ready, would somebody who would be interested in using it?
I'll read it out.
I'd like to see
that was always the hard part for me as a writer, honestly.
You need voice actors? I'll gladly.
No, I just need somebody to present it that has a voice that isn't like, you know, nails on a chalkboard like mine is.
Oh.
I got you, fam.
Voice, do you?
I would offer myself, but I'm only really good if I'm not reading from a script. So.
I'll do it for you.
I mean, it takes. I mean, there's a talent to this, and I don't have the talent for the voice.
Irish.
If
you think my voice is good for it, then hit me up. I'll gladly do it.
Yeah. But like, so when it comes to like the conversation about the churches, this always goes back to how it really should be easier to look at our Constitution and change it when necessary, because when churches got this, all of these constitutional freedoms, we're talking about a different time in America when churches weren't making millions upon billions of dollars.
Which part of the Constitution are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking like,
because it's just tax code. It's not the Constitution.
Well, the tax code, but when it comes to the Constitution, I'm talking about like freedom of religion. So like you can get up on the on your pedestal and preach, and for a long time you couldn't preach politics. Now you can, and just using that authority, I think we really need to really look at freedom of religion and what that means.
That's part of the tax code. That the no politics from the pulpit is tax code.
Yeah, but now it's totally cool because every church is doing it in America.
Well, it's not. It's technically still not totally cool. It's just the IRS has been defunded to the point where they can't enforce it.
Well, just one question before you go on.
Just Mike Pence and Donald Trump attacked that directly, like their first 4.5 months in office. I just don't have the information on me to.
Hey, Nuka, when you have me and Neil on your program, you should make a note right now to ask me about what does freedom of religion mean here in Canada, because I have the information that the courts the judges use as a guideline for how to assess it, and it is quite good. It definitely does not mean that they can just do anything that's in the religion.
Well, I've also got a quick question about the tax codes. Are the tax codes not reinforced by various amendments in the Constitution?
The only thing that the amendments of the Constitution is the 16th Amendment, which allows Congress to tax income. That's the only part. The other part that would constitute some part of it is there's an article, not an amendment, but an article in the Constitution that says the federal government is what regulates interstate trade or interstate commerce.
So this is a question. If that's the case, what is stopping anybody from not paying taxes? Bearing in mind it's not legally reinforced.
Well, it's the 16th Amendment says it's legal. Well, the taxing power is assigned to the Congress. The purse strings are assigned to Congress basically in the Constitution. From that, they make laws.
So therefore, it is reinforced by the Constitution. Just in a roundabout way.
It's
not
directly. Indirectly, yeah. So, and how that works is the IRS code is basically the law that governs what that is. However, that law means nothing if there's no enforcement agents.
Well, one of the things, Citizens United made money speech. So Christian evangelicals have a huge lobby in Washington, D.C. They're funneling a lot of money to the Republican Party. And that money speech.
I'll be right back, guys.
That money speech. So, I mean, we have a huge issue here in America. And it's really oligarchy versus the working class. And that's what we have here. I mean, that's the reality. I live that reality every day of my life.
As a far left-wing syndicalist who lives in a capitalist society, I can fully get behind you on that.
I don't understand why.
Sorry,
go Dave.
What I wanted to mention, especially when I was talking to Mikey, it's really fascinating to see how much of the United States politics has flowed into South Africa, especially on the conservative right in the Afrikaans community, and how many Afrikaans people are ardent Trump supporters. I'm sure if you could register them to vote, they would get him into office for the next 30 years.
I can answer. That's the national prayer breakfast right there. They've been focusing on Africa, especially Uganda, for years upon years.
And that's with the racial tension in South Africa, Afrikaans people who are on the right, they follow him like a god, and like having conversations in a logical way just becomes impossible as more, and even not only that, also creationism spilling over. Even the South African creationist movement, all their resources comes from creation.com, Ken Ham, Ken Tobin, that group of
that's Australia, by the way.
I don't think people, because here in America we take creationism kind of on our side, we take it as a joke, but this shit it's spreading everywhere.
It's getting traction.
The world figured out that they could make money off the propaganda.
When we had the changeover from Theresa May and we finally landed on Boris Johnson, we almost had a young Earth creationist. It was neck and neck right up until the last day. That's how disgusting it is here at the minute. We are not only taking the conservatisum, but also the religion is gaining.
We're one heartbeat in the United States. We're one heartbeat away from a young Earth creationist being president.
Yes, we are. Yes, I mean that's the scary thing. You nailed it, Irish Swede. Like Mike Pence scares me so much more than Donald Trump does.
Mike Pence, not Biden, right?
I don't know.
Oh man, if they win re-election, oh my, like Trump's a hard. I mean, he's bound to go, right?
Yeah, he's 74 years old, so his mortality by the time
Robert Trump just died like a moment ago. 71.
He died.
Yeah, he got really, really ill.
I saw he was in the hospital, but I didn't see the
his brother.
Like
they didn't list what illness it was.
Mike Pence is scary, man. That dude scares me. Like he's like psycho level.
He is, but he's also a career politician.
Mike Pence is an admitted creationist. He believes the world is 6,000 years old. He believes in the Bible.
He calls his wife mother.
When Mike Pence is not the embodiment of the career politician that we can at least sit back and go, at least till he's going to keep XYZ out of his mind.
Yeah.
Because in Indiana, in Indiana, if you look at his response to the HIV outbreak, it is just abhorrent.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean like he knows that it's not a good idea to just force it through. He knows that it has to be some form of give and take to get his own way. Trump forces it.
In Indiana, Mike Pence tried to push through getting conversion therapy, and he didn't get his way, but he used all of his political capital to try to get that shit. And it was really, really disgusting. That dude scares me with presidential power. He really.
The way I look at it,
but this is the difference with Trump. He will force it through. He will do whatever he can. Look at the mail service at the minute. He's intentionally put his lackey in place, someone he knows he can control. Now, Pence will do this, just not to such an extent.
I think
when the Postmaster General owns 12 million in stock of FedEx and UPS, you've got problems.
No, I think anybody who's promoting the gay therapy thing hates people. That's my feeling.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
That shit. I've done 3 videos on it. All of them were like almost banned from YouTube. I mean, it's atrocious if you really look at it. Like what they do.
It's sick. It's psychopathic.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
If a person was taxing the churches, wouldn't that kind of inadvertently give obligation that the churches would have some say because they're being taxed? Would have some say on how that money was spent?
Right now, they have
by the fact that
money.
they're being taxed.
Right now, they have unfettered money to funnel into Washington. Like the Quiverful movement has been trying to take over the government for a long time. Clarence Thomas is Quiverful. We have the Duggars, who's a prominent lobbying family. They are Quiverful. You have the family that are the National Prayer Breakfast. I mean, these.
But the question is that if they're being taxed, then yes, they should. If they're paying money into the tax coffers, then they should be able to preach from the pulpit.
Yes, exactly. If they are paying taxes, they should have the freedoms that
the same freedom that you and I have to stand up and say our piece.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. But the fact of the matter is they're not paying taxes, and part of the obligation of being tax exempt is to keep the fuck out of the political conversation.
Yeah.
At the minute, they've got so many lobbyist groups.
Maybe it would be a bad idea to tax the churches on that grounds.
Well, see, the thing is if all you have to do is what Trump did was defund the IRS, that makes their enforcement of that no preach from the pulpit or no pontificating from the pulpit so easy to do because they just can't enforce it.
You're exactly that's the executive order they signed. They took the power away from the enforcement of these laws.
They didn't take the power; they just took the people.
Mike Pence promised it on the campaign trail, and it's one of the first things they did. And now preachers all across the country they feel free to preach from their pulpits right now.
Yeah.
Irish,
the economic impact of this is just going to be terrible.
Irish. I just got to pull you up on something you said there. They did take away the power because they took away the people. The people are the power.
Well, yeah. And here in America, the people lost themselves. Holy shit! Like I don't know. Probably at the end of the Civil War, when we didn't insist real institutional change. So
the North was just as racist as the South. They just didn't think people should own people. I mean, that was the only thing.
The Civil War started over a dispute about the Western territories and whether they should have slavery over there. Because if they did, that would give more power to the South. Lincoln never wanted to free the slaves. The Civil War was a band-aid.
Well, it's not that he didn't want to free the slaves. It's just he knew it was a political suicide. So he never actually brought up his hate for slavery.
I think he was actually.
Hey, Mikey, yours is fake. His at least is real.
But
prove it.
The problem is, like, race has never been dealt with in this country. That's the issue here, and that's why we see what's happening on the streets. I just hope that there's enough political pressure on these centrists that might win the White House right now.
I live in the city with probably the most covert racism. It's not overt here. It's extraordinarily covert, and because we are the reddest of the red states and whiter than white, and it is absolutely terrible here.
Yeah,
where's that Irish?
I'm
Omaha, Nebraska.
I'm from Davie County, North Carolina. Right, like so.
You have overt racism where it's overt. Ours is very covert, where you just won't hire somebody with a name that may look like it comes from an African American person.
I went walking through the woods in North Carolina at the age of 14, and I stumbled across a KKK meeting. Right, so,
That's why I'm naming my son Megatron.
Yeah, dude. Like Mikey, like fuck, dude.
Okay, Peter Griffin.
If I get a million likes on this photo, my fiance has to let me name our kid Goku.
Nice.
So I think what's happening in the country is beautiful. I just wish we had somebody sane in the White House to respond to it. It would be nice, if Barack would just have 12 years instead of 8, because right now shit would be great.
His answer on Between the Ferns was great on whether or not it was bad that he couldn't have a third term, because he looked right at him and says, "Nah," because it would end up just like the third Hangover movie, just terrible.
But I don't know with the whole Trump reflection thing, it might be a little different. I wasn't an Obama fan, but now I just look back and reminiscence, and I'm like, those are the good old days.
See, 3 years ago, I was a right-wing libertarian and absolutely just was anti-Obama on everything. And it's funny how my walk away from the church has actually stimulated my left-wing thoughts on economics.
I'm trying to actually think of
any Mikey, try to copy
DNC
my
member.
background.
No,
I'm trying to think of it. trying to think of any DNC member that would be worse than Trump.
Oh,
I'm sure there's
wow.
some.
Yeah, it's
Tulsi Gabbard.
Worse or as bad? As bad, maybe, but worse.
there's always somebody worse.
There's always somebody
I don't
worse.
know, like,
There's always a bigger fish to talk. To paraphrase.
Is there really something worse that can get into that position?
I don't know. Like, do you guys have you guys ever heard of Gavin? He's like this Christian guy. I call him Stapler Boy. Trump reminds me of Gavin. You know, he's like the Stapler Boy from Office Space.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Does he have a red stapler though? A red swing line?
I'm more concerned
I'm
with
pretty sure he
people that follow him. I'm more concerned with the people that follow him. That's what I'm really concerned. He's just a showman. He's out there talking his shit, but the people who follow him are the ones taking action.
It's the cult of personality that is the problem. And if anybody has read Frank Herbert, they know exactly what the problem with that is.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, I've read Herbert. Yeah.
When I first heard of Trump derangement syndrome, I actually thought it was applied to followers of Trump.
No.
I didn't realize it was never Trump.
It's taken like 85% of my family. Like there's 15% of my family left that are sane.
My mom thinks there's a New World Order plot behind the masks.
Oh, so many people do.
Did you guys see that,
Karen?
Did you guys see that awesome?
She's turning into one, and it's disgusting.
Did y'all see that awesome video on Twitter where homie like takes a little paper mask and then like cuts off the thing and he takes out the little nose thing, and then he pulls out like an SD card, and then he pulls out like a graphics card.
He would have had me if it was water. He forgot the water bottle.
Yeah, he had all kinds of shit hidden in this mask, but he was just pulling out all these giant computer chip components.
My wife and I were out at the bar, and I had to turn to look to somebody next to me. I go, if they wanted to microchip you, they already did it with your goddamn phone.
And you paid $1,000 for it.
Like anybody that doesn't believe that every government of the world doesn't know exactly where every person in the world is at this point. Like we walk around with these like tracking systems in our pockets all the time.
You could turn on.
I said that to someone. I said that to someone about the mobile. I says they used to back before like 95 or something like that. They used to put the chips in your shoes. That's why your shoes used to always run out really quickly because the batteries went dead, so you had to buy new ones. Now you recharge it for them, and it's like,
and you pay for the privilege.
Yeah.
And you use free software where you give them information freely.
I would tell people the stems on their tires were where they had the tracking device, and you needed to snip them off.
That was only the aerial. Once the aerial's cut off, it don't matter.
The air stems, cut those off. Yeah,
that's probably why there's so many flat tires around. Tell that to the.
But I mean, so people laugh at Americans all the time, but England with your 5G burning of the 5G towers was
that was less than 50 miles from my house. The person
So
I
you
used
didn't
to
have to
live
drive.
with.
You didn't drive far to go do that then.
I were in London at the time, unfortunately.
They heard you.
They're coming to get
the person, one of the people I lived with at the time actually did go and do that. They were there when they burnt them down. They don't understand that the little radio wave from the remote control is more dangerous than Wi-Fi, than 5G. It's just this level of stupidity.
How do they think radio works? Like the radio.
Well, they don't understand the difference between ionizing and non-ionizing radiation.
Well, they seem to think they seem to think it's on the same level as X-rays, but more harmful. That's their level of thinking.
It's a spiritual realm where everything's on frequency and waves, and they perceive that as an actual thing that's traveling through space.
Where's my moon crystals at? Hold on.
That's what they're scared of. So when they hear about all this 5G, crystals, all that energy coming out off of it is radiation, and it's hurting it. That's their theory.
And then start pulling up some bullshit from fucking Wikipedia talking about
going outside has more radiation.
Yeah,
eating a banana.
If you stood next to a 5G tower without any other form of radiation hitting you, relatively,
which is almost impossible.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you would have to stand there for 56 years to get the same amount of radiation effects that the sun gives you in 6 seconds.
Yeah, man.
I'm back.
Guys, so get rid of the sun is what you're saying.
Yeah. We need to do what Mr. Burns tried to do and block out the sun.
Yeah.
I have a quick question, Mikey. Why does it show live on your window frame?
It's not moving. He took a picture of your background.
What the hell is that up there?
Because Mikey forgot about the text.
That is strange.
And it also gives the exact moment
Mikey,
in time that he did it because it copied the count.
Mikey, did you find your crystals? Go look for
find your moon crystal.
I left them on the roof to charge last night, so I think
you should.
I thought they were part of
your crystals.
I thought they were part of your butt plug.
Well, I mean, it rained last night, so I figured 2 birds, 1 stone. Why not?
All right, guys, let Deef go. He's waving his finger.
Oh yeah, guys,
Mike. I thought you were trying to get 2 birds stoned at once.
Just. Go ahead, Deef.
I'm about to head off. I've only had 3 hours sleep as well, so it was really nice meeting all of you. But I want to leave you with one question though. We've been just talking about politics and how people get influenced in getting into following Trump and becoming creationists, and why these ideas get traction. And I get the feeling that it's because it's easy answers and people are lazy. Like they chipped into the human condition of trying to find an easy answer, not wanting to put in the effort or not needing to put in the effort. And I want to know
there's a second part to that, though, is that authorities, like your parents are authority, or they find out that Michio Kaku has written an article that says, I now believe that there's a design behind everything. Right. And that instantly is a confirmation to them of there's a creator, when it's not what Michio Kaku really even said.
No.
And also, people don't understand. People don't understand. They don't understand how it works. They say, I believe in evolution, but explain to me how a fish turned into a human. I'm like, you don't understand evolution.
It's misinformation.
That's not what happened.
Well, this kind of plays into what I was saying, because if you started from a little baby and taught for your entire life until you're like 30, God exists, you have had your parents that you trust and your pastors and all the rest of it. And then then you get onto AIG, who then misrepresent the science, and because you've been taught all your life to trust that this is true, then it continues because it's easy to trust. It comes on to what you were saying.
Dark Matter has a great video on this but smart people are Christian, but smart people believe in God. Well, of course they do.
To the complete opposite of antitrust in government and scientific authority, because people that they trust tell them differently. But what my question is, what do you guys think? Where should we focus our attention to have the biggest impact? Like, I know I'm an educator and my focus is on students, but it's not always easy when you're in a strict curriculum to get that information across, because we all know that just giving facts to people when they really believe something is not the way to change their mind.
My high school teacher said it best. My high school biology teacher had a really good saying, is when he looked at me and he says, what is on the test on Friday will be different than what you experience on Sunday, and that's okay. And he just left it at that.
The method Aaron Ra has taken is actually trying to change the curriculum to being more representative of reality.
Yes.
And I really do applaud that about Aaron. He is taking the fight to the people that make these decisions.
Yeah, I have a very strong stance on this. Stumbling into this community, instead of talking about all this fantasy stuff, enough. Talk about science, talk about reality, talk about math, talk about education, and stick to that subject, and let them come and ask questions. and just continue to teach. Eradicate the thought that there's this magical stuff going out there. Enough of it. And there's a starting point. The starting point starts when you start talking about the truth and stick to the truth.
And for me, like, especially like latching on to politics, it's kind of like when Christians in the States say that they're being persecuted and their rights are being stripped away. And I'm just like, so you're totally cool with Muslims saying the same thing you're saying? Well, no, because they're all atheists except for their one deity that they choose to believe in. So then I flip it. I'm like, so what if another religion decided to do exactly what you're saying right now?
Yeah, that's why that's the whole satanic temple with their statue is such a big deal and had such a big influence, because that's the exact message you need to cross over into people's minds. Yes, believe what you want on your own, but don't put that on someone else. Just to give you guys an example from what I'm experiencing here, being in an Arab world that, well, recently, I don't know if I'm going to have to change my ways now, because when I started teaching here as a geography and history teacher, I had to remove all words that have any relation to Israel or Jews or the state of Israel, because to these people it doesn't exist. So even teaching geography and history, I was not allowed to use those words or teach them because they don't accept.
Does the UAE now recognize? Are they the ones that now recognize Israel?
Yes, that's why I'm wondering. I sent my subject head of department a message. So does this mean we can stop our censoring of textbooks now, because the UAE currently went into an agreement with the Israeli government alongside the United States, which is going to be a big boost for Trump, because obviously he did it all, to get them to recognize Israel as a state. And
even though Trump had nothing to do with it.
Exactly, but he already touted it as his achievement.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So that's what
the things that happened under Clinton are his achievement.
Yeah. So what Aaron Ra is trying to do is very commendable, but you cannot do that everywhere, especially if you're a foreigner in a different country.
Well, you can, just to different extents. So, for example, in, I think it's Iran, I could be wrong, maybe Saudi Arabia, women are now able to drive.
Yeah, Saudi.
It was that pressure that they are now able to learn and to drive. Now, it is you're at a different stage in the fight, but it's still the same fight.
Yeah.
So
my method at the moment is just trying to incorporate critical thinking and using the Socratic method to get kids to think. And,
well, that's what my biology teacher was basically saying. Is on Sunday you will think one thing, but in the classroom we will learn this. And I think he was basically saying, look, if you listen to me long enough, you're going to realize what you hear on Sunday is a line of shit.
Yeah.
And I studied to be a minister, but I took astronomy and physics classes. And in astronomy class, outside of that classroom, it was the world is 6,000 years old. Inside that classroom, it was no, 13.6 billion. Is the universe.
Deliberately deceiving into teaching content that doesn't exist, except for the fact of negating the idea of the state of Israel. But beyond that, I can still encourage that critical thinking. But I still get questions like, I have to do a whole lesson just to explain why I am teaching is accurate before I can even get to my teaching, because of the questions that come out. But how do we know this? And that's an important lesson to learn. But that's where the curriculum needs to change. How we know what we know is more important now than to learn what we know.
So getting back to what I said as far as eradicating old thought, while Socratic way of thinking is helpful, it's an old way that's been proven wrong. One of his biggest philosophies was that, not proven wrong, maybe I'm using the wrong words. One of the biggest things that he would say was he would always say that nature abhors a vacuum, but a vacuum is nature's default. It's not, the way of thinking has changed. And it's a re-education of what our philosophies were. And we're at an age right now.
From our perspective, it's a vacuum. Yeah. From our perspective, it's a vacuum.
It's starting. We're starting to learn new things. We're going from an age of believing into an age of knowing, and you have to be assertive with that. You have to be affirmative with it, and you have to push it through, because you actually have evidence for why you're saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
And there's where your education starts to occur.
Yeah.
The problem I'm facing with some of the creationists that I know is that they get on like PBS or they get on YouTube and they watch the things about and good programs, but even like they watch like the things about quantum mechanics and quantum physics, which are very difficult subjects that no one who watches a few videos can even get into. But it is a very and I hate saying this, but it's a very magical world to look into because it's incredible, and for them to see that from where they come from, there has to be a creator for all this to be the way it is.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Like I walked into a quantum physics debate thinking that I had done enough research. I had prepared myself well enough. And boy, did I get my ass handed to me.
The thing is, I'm generally quite knowledgeable about various things when it comes to physics. However, it took me probably about 3 hours a couple of days ago to understand how the universe can't have a center.
Because everyone's already in the center.
Well, the way it were explained to me is it's not a case of things are getting further apart. There's just getting more space between the things in between them. So it wasn't a case of everything's expanding like that. It's a case of it's expanding in different ways.
The question should be asked. The question should be asked is that if the universe were to start shrinking, which direction would we go?
Is one of the questions I asked. That's what one of the questions I asked. But you don't.
If it started shrinking, wouldn't that technically mean that eventually we wouldn't collide with that next galaxy we're about to collide?
Well, we would eventually collide with everything.
Andromeda.
Andromeda
galaxy. That's a couple of million years away, dude. That's a couple of million years away.
I guess millions of years away. Yeah.
I guess not the universe that's shrinking.
We won't be around.
It's just the gaps between the matter.
It's expanding.
I guess we'll never even know. We'll just become part of it, and that's it.
I think this raises the question: is our universe an innie or an outie?
Actually, it's an outie. It's actually an outie.
Religion has its
All right, boys. It's an outie. Is it an A4 or an A6 or an A7? A8L?
It's the TT Roadster.
TT Roadster. Okay.
I figured
I was hoping for the
R8. Way the world will be destroyed in the next 30 years.
Fuck on. Hold on. Deef wants to say something.
My whole point was I heard everyone's opinions. I appreciate that, but I'm about to greet you guys. I need to get going on this side. So thanks a lot, Neil, for inviting us and for the great day.
Anytime, brother.
Pleasure. All of you.
Deef, it was a pleasure to meet you. I sent you something in the Twitter chat.
Thanks. Those who are still on Twitter, send me your maybe can everyone right now, just in the private chat, just give me a link where I can find your content so I can like.
I will add you to my thank you. I'll add you to my thank you tweet that I usually do after these, so people will be able to click on your Twitter handle and find you instantly.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks. I'll check those links before I head off.
Yeah,
right.
I just want to commend you again, Deef. I appreciate the bravery and keep up the fight, my man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna copy those links so I have them all at once, so I can sort that out, and then I will leave you for the rest of your after party. You guys can island to go on with me.
Well, probably I'm going to
Neil kicks us out.
I'll be. It's just after 10 here, so. I still got a couple things I got to do before I crash, so I'll probably end it pretty soon.
Okay, yeah.
Well, my daughter's BFF is here, so I'm been in and out.
No worries.
I put a quote in the private chat of Dr. Richard Feynman that you might want to read before you go into any future quantum physics debates. It'll be very helpful.
And I've got Sean.
Don't do it.
Look at that short hair.
All right, so Deef, it's been a pleasure having you in here. It was an absolute pleasure chatting with your sister. She's an amazing human being, and like Doorknob in the chat said, Doorknob had said amazing family story. So that's cool.
Thank you very much. We will pass that on, and I'm sure everyone will watch the video at some point. Appreciate it. You guys keep safe. We'll catch you guys on the social intertubes, as Bill Nye likes to say. So keep safe, guys.
Yes.
See you later, Dave.
Take care, brother.
Pleasure to meet you.
All right, so I want to read a little something that I read earlier today that you always hear people saying, yes, I can read, thank you.
I'm going to prove it right now.
Something that people always say, oh, yeah, well, I researched this, so I know all about it. And this is funny because this comes from a lady by the name of Seiya Olivia Hayashi, who's a Japanese, I guess, a scholar of some kind. But she says, please stop saying you researched it. You didn't research anything, and it's highly probable that you don't even know how to do it. You did a couple of literature reviews, or did you complete a literature review and write an abstract on each article? Or better yet, did you collect a random sample of sources and perform independent probability statistics on the reported results? No? Did you at least take each article one by one and look into the sources that would be the author, the publisher, the funder, and then critique the writing for logical fallacies, cognitive distortions, and plain inaccuracies? Did you ask yourself why this source might publish these particular results? Did you follow the trail of references and apply the same source of scrutiny to them? No? Then you didn't fucking research anything. You read or watched a video, most likely with a little to no objectivity. You came across something in your algorithm manipulated feed, something that jived with your implicit biases and served your confirmation bias, and then subconsciously applied your emotional filters and called it proof. Scary.
Wow.
I tell people that they consume content they did not research.
That's right.
Oh, that's very thorough, and it's excellent. I like that. Could you send that to me, Neil?
Of course I can.
I actually wrote a response to that lady, and I said, I know you are, but what am I?
I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever
Did
you
she
say
ask
sticks
Mikey?
us.
Did she ask you to provide your sources?
Sticks to you. Yeah.
Did she ask you to provide your sources?
She hit me with the rubber glue, and I was like, damn it. Foiled again?
Well, within 30 years, religion will destroy the earth anyway, so.
Yeah.
Also, I got a question for Ease.
Yeah.
I have yet to have you on the show. Would you be down for that?
Most definitely. Thank you. Yeah.
That would be amazing if I could get you on, Ben.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it greatly.
I'll send you
fucking long.
You know what? I never thought of it. That's all. It's simple and plain and simple. My fault, but I'll do it.
No worries.
I've seen Ease around for a while, and I think this is the first time I've ever been in a stream or even actually seen you. So what's up, man?
Yeah, pleasure to meet you. Same here. So this is our first time. Yeah, and like I said, I entered the community a couple years ago, give or take, in and out. Found it really interesting. It was at a time where I had nothing else to turn to, and I needed some sort of entertainment. I went to YouTube. I had no idea this community existed, and I'm glad I found it. Yeah, you guys are I've met a lot of great people. The majority of it, especially everybody here, people like it right here, you guys are great. Once I get to know you, because you have an opinion. You see something, you see a video, you gather an opinion, you get to know somebody, and things change. So I'm glad I stuck around.
I wish some of those great people you met would have made it to the stream today.
Don't worry, you'll find it.
The first place I saw Ease was Chris Mallard's show.
Yes, he's the first one who actually we got in touch, and he's the first person to actually get me on. That's the first time I was on live. But I on the side of I'm not an internet person. I've never been an internet person. This is all new to me. I'm more of a street guy.
I relate with that, my man.
Yeah, this is all brand new to me, so it is a little getting used to. So, but
when I first started, I had a webcam, and no microphone, and I just fucking raged at everything because I'm from the streets, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little different for me. I've always been an activist. I've always like been involved somehow, somewhere. And I have been extremely concerned about the change in politics, and I couldn't figure out until I started paying attention to what was going on online. And yeah, now I see a fight. Now I can see where I can actually, you know, give my 2 cents on top of what I do on the outside. So
yeah, perfect.
I take after people like In Decline, if you know who that is.
That's kind of like my story, dude. And I would just say keep it up. You know, I started as an activist on the streets. You know, like I've been fighting climate change. I've been fighting for BLM. I've been fighting for here in Michigan, man. We've been fighting for weed legalization for 10 years, and we just got that shit. You know,
congratulations.
And now we have dispensaries here in my hometown, and I can go and buy weed legally. Like, the fight is real, and when you get victories, you should cherish it. And we all start somewhere, dude. And
out of experience, keep it medicinal and try not to let it go recreational, or you'll lose all your rights.
Yeah, well, we got it finally recreational here in Michigan. But yeah, they didn't do it the right way. They're letting the corporations take over. So we're fighting again.
At the moment you let it go from medicinal to recreational, it's over. You lose all your rights. You are no longer a patient. You have no rights.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah, I've experienced that myself because I was a patient, and it's starting to happen here.
Yeah. I moved down here to California 6-7 years ago, so I saw the transition. It's pretty. It really hurt a lot of people. We can get into a whole bunch of other shit on that.
Well, the black market of weed is even stronger now that it's legal because the enforcement of it is
it's so cheap to grow that you can this is the problems with capitalism, right? So like you know, if you create a standard, you can grow this shit for nothing. So like that standard can be defeated on the black market. You can't have that standard. You just got to let it be free.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is the taxation. Well, the taxation makes it so expensive that the black market exists.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh,
hang on, taxation. I remember years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, people were saying, people who were smoking pot saying if it was legal, they wouldn't mind paying tax being 50% or 100%. Because
those people that say that likely are doing that. It's like,
and now people are complaining.
The problem is there's here in Michigan, at least, not in other places, but here in Michigan, they're still charging street prices. So you're charging the street prices plus the taxes. So it's an issue here in Michigan right now. Yeah.
In California, it's no longer street prices. So street prices will, let's say, what you would pay $30-$40 on the street will cost you double in the store. Mandatory, and it's a 40% tax, and it's not going towards the schools. It's not going towards
what's it going to?
The states are eating it up for over permits, and it's basically going to permits like, oh, you need a permit to collect rainwater.
How do you think they get the $6 billion a year for the police?
Right.
Well, like I have friends in Oregon. Like one of my biggest supporters is in Oregon, and then surprise, I have a lot of friends in Portland. You know, Antifa hashtag. You know, so in Oregon, dude, like at the end of the year, they have to burn tons and tons of weed just because they have so much and it's so accessible and it's so cheap to buy. Like Oregon did it right, but like. Other places got to figure that shit out and go by that Oregon model.
The thing is, it's so damp up there that they don't have good quality.
Well, yeah, I've heard that too. It's not like it is here. Like Michigan, we got that killer.
Hold it. I didn't say Vancouver. You guys don't have the same weather.
Eastern Oregon is extremely dry. Eastern Oregon is extremely dry climate.
Hold on. All I know is that the bud grown here in BC has been the Cannabis Cup winner fucking years in a row.
You're 100% correct. I did not say Vancouver.
Okay.
And there are parts of Oregon that it is
This
different.
guy
but
here
like,
has good weed.
Parts of Oregon? You mean like
they
90%
grow
of
so
Oregon?
much weed there that they have to burn tons because it's not legalized on a federal level. It can't go across state lines, so they just have to get rid of it. Like I want that job.
The other part that really hurt the dispensary and the states doing what they did was it wasn't nationally decriminalized, so that the banks wouldn't even take money. And the credit card companies and everybody else, so they had to deal in cash only.
It's all cash here, all cash.
And
during the pandemic,
people have to go to the bank with a duffel bag full of cash.
They have guns. They come out with guns, right? And during the pandemic, we had to put our money in the trunk, open our trunk, and they would come with their guns, get the money, and put the weed in the trunk, but your ID had to be in there, and I mean, it was really, really weird.
The good old days. The good old days.
It's almost like a cartel.
Yeah.
Did Pablo Escobar deliver the weed for you?
Oh, dude, it felt worse than a drug deal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Bugsy, it's in the trunk, Bugsy. Just
I kept looking over my shoulder like the police are gonna pull me over any minute right now.
You got it.
This reminds me of my two friends, Los Pollos Hermanos. And
I say cartel, and I'm literally almost finished season 5, I think, or something of
Narcos.
You say
Sons of Anarchy.
You say cartel, I have flashbacks to my teenage years. It's very, very fucking sad, honestly.
Everybody, get your Neil the 604 Atheist Gator scarf.
What?
It's got an N on it.
Yeah, I saw that. Isn't that the Nebraska Cornhuskers logo?
Yes, it is.
Huskers.
I'm shilling for my
alma mater.
I like the Huskers.
No,
I
actually,
like
I did not. I did not go to school there. I went to Creighton.
If you loved him, you would have. But you don't. You hate him.
Mikey,
It was. I had to. Well, it was either go to Nebraska or it was go to Creighton and have a program that was on the same level as Yale.
Yale schmale.
Oh, look at! I almost
someone
typed
went to
something in the
Harvard.
chat.
Oh, someone did have a lot of money.
I'm sorry, like the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill is the greatest college of all time. I'm just sorry.
It's
Chapel
the top. It is.
They had a great music
top-rated
scene right
public
after the
school.
Seattle grunge thing. Actually,
It's the top-rated public school.
Yeah, I'm a Tar Heel. You know, I'm a Tar Heel for life.
No, I went to private. I did want to actually. I did apply to go to UNC Chapel Hill to get my MBA. That was one of the schools that I got accepted to. Them, Northeastern, and then Creighton.
Yeah, I love Chapel Hill. I had many a party in Chapel Hill in my day.
You
Hard.
party?
Oh,
Hey,
man. Yeah.
8 miles down the road was Duke. You didn't party there.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to talk about what happened at Duke.
Don't know what the statute of
come on,
limitation
man.
is. Huh?
I
Come
grew
on,
up in
Randolph.
my brother was a Duke fan, so yeah,
What?
just imagine that.
It's an old one.
Oh, it's an old one? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. I shared that like way when it first started. This whole COVID thing.
I
I
just
don't
clicked
understand
something
how
here.
Duke has a national following.
But it's funny.
You are
don't get me
full
wrong.
screen. How do I get it back to seeing all of us? I only
Duke is
see
the
you now,
epitome of
Mikey.
white privilege, Irish.
Mikey.
Well,
has
it's like
made
like
it.
I
Yeah,
get
for
Notre Dame having a national following with the
Oh.
Catholic thing, but I don't get Duke.
How about that? Does that help?
I figured that out.
You'll
It
get
was
me
I
on a
clicked full
basketball
screen on Mikey.
tirade.
Oh,
I'm
Neil,
not going there.
IQ is here.
Huh? What?
IQ is here.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll find my way back to the party, baby.
Yeah. Rick James, baby.
that
It's time to get funky.
I think that's the best avatar
Two
I've
eyes
ever
now
seen.
instead of one. Or is that a third eye on the hat?
that's
Colin Bootsy.
Mike,
Don't tell me.
It's Star Child, motherfucker.
Bootsy.
Put a glide down stride and a dip in your hip.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love IQ. I love IQ.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
He is ketamine for the soul.
Something.
I'm gonna give him the full screen for a sec. Just so
we can see Rick.
There you go.
Big
Rick
face.
Hey there, baby.
Thank you. That's the name I was looking for.
I'm Rick James, bitch. Oh, this is priceless. This is just priceless.
All right, so let's do the entire episode from start to finish of Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories.
Oh my god.
Those were fantastic.
No, you guys, I gotta bring this to a close. I got
You got any more of them after parties?
Yes, Monday. Monday is whoops, daisy.
Unity.
Monday's the next one. I heard somebody mention earlier that they were looking forward to the No Illusions episode.
Yeah, bitches.
Yeah, but that's not till September 12th. But it will be a Saturday. It'll be 6 p.m. He'll more than likely do the after party with us and get his drink on. He quit smoking. So amazing for him.
He's still smoking weed.
Oh, of course he is.
That's choking, not smoking.
Anyways, a friend of mine, Dominic, will be on Monday. He does have a YouTube channel, but it's all about fishing because he's a fisherman, and we have that in common. So,
just like Joseph. I made that up. Yeah. Is that true?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
And then, of course, Wednesday, I've got Naka's old partner in crime, Ashley Gouch, on. I've got Firebrand Atheist on the Saturday, the 22nd. I have Alexis on Monday, August 24th. Michael Lynn on August 26th at 4 p.m. And Jesus Mike from the Atheist Roundtable show will be on 29th. David Oliverio, who's also known as the Preaching Humanist on the ACA channels, will be with me on the 31st of August. And Fiona Branker will be with me September 5th. Amy B. Hogan will be with me September 7th. Nick Suter from In Time will be with me on September 9th. And then No Illusions on September 12th. And then I've got a bunch more coming up in September, and I'm starting to book October as well. October 3rd actually was my first booking, and you guys may be familiar with Cybabe. Yep. She'll be on. I happened to catch one of her Facebook Live chats that she does, and I joined in. I said, "Hey, you should come on my show." She's like, "Oh, hell yeah!" So I was like, "Yeah, right on," because I've been watching her shit for years and a big fan of hers. So. And the One Good Reason, Mike Carey, will be October 10th as well. So a lot of really good people coming up. Ian Harris will be on September 23rd, and he's an atheist comedian. So you should definitely check that out. He's been on Chris Mallard's show. So
it's going to be a serious episode, right?
You could call him Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It's going to be a serious episode, right?
Andy's awesome, and that's a great list, Neil. But if you guys want an interesting story, I would suggest you check out Ali's deconversion. She has an interesting story. You will be very intrigued by what she has to say.
Well, hers is more of a swap conversion. She went from one belief to a different one.
Yeah,
right?
but it is fascinating. I've heard it, and
absolutely,
everybody should hear it. So I'll be tuning into that one. You guys should too. Okay,
but you still have to deconvert from something.
Yeah. But I do have a very, very
it qualifies.
It does. I do have a very interesting story coming up. A gal by the name of Jessica, who she only wants to go by Jessica, and the only way I get in touch with her is through Discord or email. She's still a believer, but she's at that point where she's on the fence and wavering. So we're going to have a very interesting conversation, I think, when she comes on. But that will be Saturday, September 19th.
Why does this feel like deja vu? You've had guests like this before, haven't you?
I have not. This is the first time I've had someone that still believes in a deity.
Interesting.
I'm in the Judeo-Christian deity, so to speak, although I hate that term because Jews and Christians.
It's not a real thing. Yeah.
Dr. Josh is still a Christian, isn't he?
No, his wife is.
No, his wife is, yeah.
Yeah, I think Dr. Josh might actually be an atheist now.
He is.
He is. He calls himself at the very least an agnostic, and he was supposed to be on what was it, Monday? I guess. Wednesday. It was last Wednesday, but he was ill, and his wife messaged me to let me know. I'm hoping I've got him slotted for September 2nd, which is a Wednesday, and hopefully I've messaged him asking him if that's okay. But I've got lots of other. I've got September 14th available, 21st available, September 30th available. I still have a few days left in September that are available. So Eves, actually, that reminds me.
How do you remember?
Huh?
Neil schedules. Neil schedules.
Some of y'all got that.
Glass monster.
Hey, Mikey, take a look at my avatar.
Dr. Josh,
Mikey, don't throw atheists in glass houses.
I have to say, and I say this every time Dr. Josh is brought up, he is one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever met. Such a beautiful
amazing
man.
Guy.
Yeah, I mean, I love
Oh
that
my
guy.
God, dude. And I got to say, he and his wife were pregnant recently.
Yeah.
And she had a miscarriage. She lost the baby. So
I know what that's like.
Yeah. So they're going through a tough time right now. And I feel that the stress of it probably lowered his immune system and he got pretty sick. So we're going to he'll be on, but it probably won't be till sometime towards the end of September. And speaking of which, does Monday, September 14th or Monday, September 21st at all work for you?
You said it. Yeah, either one. I'm on. Let me see.
So you've got to check your diary.
No,
I might be washing my hair that night.
Let's do the 21st.
21st, yeah.
Yeah, let's do the 21st.
But how will you remember the 21st night of September?
I am working on a few things, and that'll give me some time to get as much as I can set up, so I can, kind of let everybody know what's going on. I have some really. I've been coming up with an idea ever since I got into this community. I didn't know how to do it, how to actually show it. I'm an artist, so I took my time, and I'm getting there. So yeah,
We'll try to help promote you.
That'd be great.
Let me know when you got it up. I'll put you up on the Atheist Frontier.
Thank you.
Oh my God, East! I just saw the photo you sent me, and I am like, oh my God, can I come live with you?
Sure.
And Neil,
I'm not going to
there's
show
two
it on the
Mikeys
internet.
on-
Sorry. I didn't notice
there for you.
Are all of my Earth, Wind, and Fire jokes just gonna fall on deaf ears tonight? 21st night of September.
No, no dragon.
Come on.
Actually, no. I thought
Oh
they were
my
like
God,
experiments.
that went right over my head.
That's what I was like. How would you remember? And then everyone's just like, yeah. Anyway, I was like, come on, man.
Those look like little dragons.
I like how you put shh underneath it too.
No, I see it.
Double Mikey.
Great.
Yeah, double Mikey.
I wonder if Mikey likes it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, most people.
Changing my name. Gonna be just Famine from now on. Get used to that.
Are you Egyptian? Are you Egyptian now?
Well,
Usually,
which one's Pestilence?
That was that was our old stage names from back in the hardcore post metal days.
Said something about a sick horse. Man is talking crazy.
In it.
No,
No, that's Tombstone.
Oh, your accent was great.
Were you at least there to go?
As much, no, I was very far away. Thank goodness.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Wow.
But
That's
I have a story on that, and it kind of relates to what me and Knock were talking about. Like the fires in California. If you know the map, and you know where things are, they seemed intentional, and they took out the mom and pop, everything that was mom and pop, and it had to do with everybody saying, "Oh, we can do this legal. Let me apply for my permit." Figured out where you were, they pinpointed you, and then when you look at it, it has a pattern, and you can't help but speculate, and everything went up in flames. Yeah.
Wow.
Some of those that run forces are the same that burn crosses.
Dude, every once in a while, I still run that shit in my background music, and I'm like, "Fuck you, too."
Fucking love rage.
I posted on Facebook. There was some idiot fucking, I don't know some militant cop, and he's got the riot shield and the pepper spray, and he's like trying to pepper spray like the protesters, except he's got it backwards, and so there's like a wall of people, and he's spraying himself in the face, and the caption says, "Fuck me, I won't do what I tell me."
It still gets me when the lead singer from Rage Against the Machine came out. Black Lives Matter, and defund the police and all this lot. And someone says, "You've really disappointed me. You've gone all political." And someone just simply put, "What machine do you think they were raging against?"
Well, the other one was somebody he weighed in on something, and somebody made a comment like, "Oh, great, another musician, who doesn't know anything, making comments about political this or," and the guy's got a master's in political science from Harvard.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, assumptions, man. That's an issue in this country.
And he graduated like magna cum laude too.
Yeah.
Is that Black Thought?
I think it's
no, it's the lead singer.
Zach De La Rocha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah. He graduated magna cum laude from Harvard in political science.
He did indeed. I just want to make another quick announcement.
Just before you do, Neil, what is it about particularly rock and metal musicians that have really high-brow qualifications? Because you've got obviously the guy from Rage Against the Machine,
music and
Brian
math.
May.
Music and math go together.
Yeah.
Brian
May, Bruce Dickinson.
May, yep.
All of Queen.
All of Queen, actually, yeah.
Music and math go together in the brain, is what I've heard. And so
Fuck am I tone deaf then?
I can't add like three numbers together, but I can fucking tune by ear, and I damn near have perfect pitch.
Sweet.
I'm just saying what I've heard.
Okay. I'm going to mute all you fuckers in a second because I wanted to make an announcement. It's upcoming because I can do it. I can fucking do it, but I'm not going to do it. Oz is in the chat, and myself and Godless Engineer and Chris Mallard are going to be on a after party or a show with the Atheist Roundtable because they wanted to have, I guess, a special show for the people that helped them get into the community. So I was asked to come on to the show, but unfortunately it's on the same day I do my show. So I'm really only going to be on there. Actually, I'll bring Oz in. So I'm only going to be on there for the after party, I think, because I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'll be able to be there for more than that. So anyway, hang on here. Let's get Oz in here. He'll explain more of what's going. No, that's not what I fucking want. What the hell?
After the party is the hotel lobby. I'm going back to mute.
Hang on, Oz. Coming in.
Don't throw atheists in glass houses.
Yeah. All right. Link has been sent, sir. He'll be able to explain way better than I could because I was just asked to be a part of it, but he'll tell you exactly what's going on.
So we don't put him between an atheist and a hard place.
Look at him. He can't stop. By the way, IQ, what's in your eye?
Oh, that's a
Pope hat.
Oh, it's a Pope hat.
Pope hat.
The one that,
you have a lawyer with a very successful podcast in your eye?
It's hat day. Fuck it.
I love Pope hat. Pope hat is awesome.
I can't dress up my pupil. Damn it.
If in case you're wondering and want any like legalese of what is going on in American politics, follow @Pope hat. He is one of the best. It isn't serious because he has a podcast called All the President's Lawyers where he just goes into what the legalese is that the current administration is trying to pull. and it's very, very informative. But his moniker is Popat, but he changes his title of like, you know, stable genius hat. It was that for a while.
We begin to atheist. Steady. Steady atheist all night long.
Steady now.
I can't believe I was reading the Old Testament the other day, and I cannot believe the first martyr had atheists thrown at him till he died.
I love it.
Casually reading it, right? Yeah.
Do you think you'd have liked Atheist and Rollo?
Had nothing better to read, huh?
I know you guys. Saint Stephen had atheists thrown at him until he was dead. The first martyr.
Yeah, but he without sin cast the first atheist.
Can we throw ourselves? Or?
That's
well, we're without sin.
Well, you guys are all you guys are all a bit younger than me. I like to listen to classic atheists.
Classic atheists.
We mean like Potholer 45 or?
What? Wait! You listen to the Rolling Atheists?
I don't know. I'm a little partial to punk atheist.
Oh, now I see what's going on.
Oh, you finally see what's going on?
You know what? Tersia was right. We are kids.
Yeah, we're worse. We're worse than kids.
We're kids with like an additional 30 years of knowledge so that now we can make all the best puns.
And I'm a dad, so.
A little Yoda. Has it been named yet, or is still just
Nope, it's Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda,
Still
right?
Baby Yoda.
I cannot wait for the next one.
When does season 2 come out?
Never. Thanks, COVID.
It's coming out in October.
I don't understand because Mandalorians can never take off their mask.
Yeah, he should be fine.
He did. He was eating.
Don't forget they're in a different galaxy too, right?
Neil,
so COVID's probably.
We don't know how it spreads.
put that thing up on the screen again, would you, Neil?
But it was a long, long time ago.
And the galaxy
right up on the screen, full shot.
Baby Yoda came out, and then boom, COVID came out.
Bingo.
Accident? I think not. Season premiere or season finale. Boom, COVID to the masses. That's how they get there. All 5G.
You did tell him he doesn't need to wear pants, right?
No. Pants are always optional. Of course, I have to wear that because I often stand up, and then you guys don't really want to see my junk.
That's going to be a good screen cap right there.
One of the VC companies that we were working with in Seattle, a guy actually stood up and didn't realize that his suit top didn't match his board shorts and Birkenstocks. So he had like the suit and tie on top, for the Zoom meeting. And then when he got up and walked away, he didn't realize his camera was still on. So he had board shorts and Birkenstocks.
Marvin the Martian.
You make me very angry, Earthling. I'm going to incinerate you with my XP-710 incinerator gun. I'm going to blow up the Earth.
Somebody like Winter Brothers? And maybe Planet Marklar while I'm at it.
And
we still have two branches of government, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's my Marklar already got one.
Oz is, just FYI, Oz is a tart. Just so you know.
There he is.
Tart. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that show, Third Atheist from the Sun?
There you go. Baby Yoda with your hat on it.
Swallow, Neil. Swallow.
I got him.
I've heard that before at Pine Snake. Shut up. I was at a restaurant.
Who's left us?
The Stone Round Table.
Randolph.
I don't know anything about a round table.
Randolph.
Oh, Randolph.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. No, Oz, tell us. You wanted myself and Mallard and Godless Engineer on for one of your shows. Go into a little bit about what that's going to be.
Yes, so those are the you guys were included in that on Twitter because that's how I've communicated with you guys. I also have some other people on Facebook like Jenna
Belkin.
Jenna, I'm trying to remember who else in there. Jenna, Drag,
Dragnut, nice.
The Empathetic Atheist show. There's several others, and we're just going to go through and we're going to pick some of our favorite like little 1 or 2 minute clips from shows of each person that's just helped to contribute to our show. And we're going to prop up all of those creators, those YouTubers, and we're going to push their shit forward. So I know when you hit 1,000 subs, it's usually, cool, we hit this, but it's like we wouldn't have done it. We wouldn't be here without.
Hold it, you guys are 1,000 already?
1.2, I think, as of.
Nice. Fuck, that took me forever. That's amazing, dude.
Well, and that's what's it. But it's thanks to you, Neil.
Can't relate.
You and Chris and and everybody else that's helped us along the way. So why? And that's what I told Pasta. It was like we can't get in front of a camera and act like we actually did it all. It was these people helped. These amazing people have helped prop us up and put us in the position we're in. So let's not celebrate us because we would not have had the exposure that we've had if it wasn't for people like you, Neil. So that's why we're doing it.
Did you want to make a special section for me? Because I was in your after party after Neil's show. So I think I'm a big part of the 1.2. Definitely. Did you have a montage set up already, or do you need one? I have it on standby.
Well, Mikey, here's the thing: is our head director has already put together like a 30-minute segment just for you that night. So you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about.
I'll just wait for the link. I'll just sit here and wait for the link, and then I'll be there with everyone. So yeah, cool.
So with that 30-minute link, are you just downplaying what Mikey's done for you then? Keeping it low key.
Just 30 minutes, huh? That's all you can muster.
Here's the thing. It was like 30 minutes. It was like we would love to get Mikey more, but I mean Neil deserves at least 2 minutes.
At least, come on.
You need to prop him up.
No. I don't think in my entire YouTube career I've been able to construct enough sentences that are meaningful for 2 minutes of video. So that's just out of the question.
Hold on. You shut your goddamn mouth there, Neil. You have a seriously successful channel. How many videos do you have now?
I don't know, 300 something.
300.
Well,
if I took 5 seconds from each one.
Well, to be honest with you, it's actually 15
every time
seconds.
I burp.
No, it's 15
That's
seconds.
not a bad idea. IQ, get on it.
There is actually 15 seconds in every video that you actually make sense. However, if I'm on the stream, it's usually close. It's usually closer to 2 minutes because I drag it out that long. And it's that last 15 seconds at the end of each show. That's the only time you ever make sense.
Well, there we go.
The late great Christopher Hitchens says.
Yeah, but I changed it for the after party now. You know that. You've been in.
That's because you
I do the Carl Sagan one.
Yeah. So now you're even making more sense.
Yeah, I'm riding the coattails of famous atheists.
Famous rocks.
Rocks. That's right.
We're back to it. Yes.
No, but Neil, seriously, we are well as a collective. With Tart, we're appreciative of what you've done, and like I said, and Chris and Jenna and Drag, everybody that's helped us along the way. It's amazing. If you would have told me, because we started in April, like mid-April, if you would have told me we would have got this kind of progress and had this kind of success so far, I probably would have thought you were nuts, and maybe if we were standing face to face, might have slapped you in the face, like for insulting my intelligence.
Dude,
What
you know, and here and this is going to be me completely. I'm going to, and normally I don't do this, but I'm going to completely fanboy right now. But if it was, you know, going through my deconversion process and what I experienced, what I went through, and still even till was it yesterday or today, had a conversation with my own mom that was just very uncomfortable, and I'm like, why do I at almost 39 years old, why do I still have to have these conversations, you know, and do this? But like, just within the next 30 or 45 days, I'm going to share a screen first with one of my heroes, so to speak, in atheism is Seth Andrews, that I actually, you know, and I'm going to get to tell him, like, man, like, you are a major reason that I made the plunge. Like, and I'm going to get to have that conversation with him, which I never thought would ever fucking happen ever, you know, 6-7 months ago. You know, and
what was it in particular that Seth said that got you changing your view?
It was, oh man,
it's fucking Seth, man. He could read IKEA furniture instructions and fucking set you on a path.
I was wondering if there was something in particular that made a big difference.
It's the way he dealt with his parents, because I've read his book, the deconversion book, and I'm actually on my second or third time reading it now, and his story is very, very similar to mine, and the way he's dealt with his parents, and still to this day, the way he deals with family and everything, it just helped me find a I guess a center or a way to communicate to my parents, like, okay, we don't have to agree on everything. Like, we can still love each other and still not agree on everything. And unfortunately with my mom, it's still a very, very heated quote unquote debate, you know, between her and I. She's a very extreme evangelical woman, and by her terms, I'm destined to hell, you know. And that's that, you know, Seth growing up, that's what he dealt with. And he was in radio. I don't really have the radio voice that he has, but I was very, very heavily involved in.
You got a voice that could be great on radio.
Yeah, you got that sex voice. Don't play with me.
You've got to
roll out of bed. Hey, girl, this is I.
Everybody
from the rock table.
But
it's funny, Oz, when I had Seth on the show, people were saying it was like the Atheist ASMR channel. So,
oh, I bet, yeah, you and his voice. But that, and then one of the, other than the Atheist experience and finding about Seth through, because I think it was the second show that I ever saw was with Seth. But one of the other critical, or I guess pivotal points for me was the Anthony Magnabosco videos with Dan. And watching Dan go through that process, I was like, holy shit, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one, you know, at that stage. And then I'm going to be, it's either the 18th or September 18th or September 19th, which is my birthday. I'm going to be on with Dan. Dan invited me to be on, and I was like, holy shit, this is actually happening. Yeah.
Dope.
So it was like
twice. It's a lot of fun, dude.
I look forward to being on his program sometime if it ever comes up.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm completely fanboying right now, and I'm not saying this to talk shit, but the reason I'm bringing that up is 6 months ago, you know, and then you look back to 3 years ago when I started my deconversion process, I would have never thought watching these guys and trying to gain all this knowledge from these guys that I actually get to have conversations with them, chop it up with them, do all that. And the reason I said all that wasn't to like pound my chest, but it was like, it was Neil, it was Chris, and it was Drag, and it was Jenna, and whoever else I'm forgetting that set me up for that. That it's like, holy shit, now I get to actually talk to these people that helped me, even though they didn't know that they were fucking helping me.
So if I may just make an assumption a second and see if it's anywhere near right, it sounds like you're doing this stream not just to say thank you to these people, but also to keep yourself grounded. Because channels that blow up quick like yours has in 6 months, 1,000 subs, that's huge. And it kind of goes to the head and it's like, I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other. Mm-hmm. Is that in any way true?
100%. 100%. And actually, we say that to each other off the screen all the time. Is guys, because we have 5 guys that we all work together collectively, and we remind each other all the time. If it's not for each other and the people supporting us, the people that have put us in, on their channels, on their platforms, if it's not for them and us collectively as a team, we're not here today. Like, we're not doing this today. We're not getting these connections. We're not doing that. So it's absolutely 100% us saying, you know what? It's not us. It's all y'all that have helped us get to this point.
And I think
secondly,
also, hold on, real quick before you secondly, and I think that also goes to show that you're much cooler than the people that you've talked about. Like we're talking about Neil here. I mean, come on, it's Neil. Wait, Jenna.
What the fuck does that mean?
Apparently
someone's trying to join, but I only have room for 10. So they're not even showing up in the back room.
Neil, I can back out if you can make room for them.
I don't even know who it is because I haven't seen them. It's just a little note flashes up saying someone's trying to enter, but you are already at 10.
Always geolog.
Someone is trying to enter.
You know what?
The studio is full. You can only hold 10.
It's always geolog.
Neil, I'll exit and then you can let them in. I'll have a good night, everybody, and thank you everybody for everything you're doing. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, Randolph.
Oh shit!
It's
Tersia. It's Tersia. She heard us. It's Tersia. She heard us talking shit.
No, it's not Tersia. It appears to be her brother.
Oz, are you also aware that Seth Andrews has got a new book out as well?
Yeah, mine's on the way. It should be here like in a day or so.
I was about to say mine's on order. Yep.
Yeah.
The Fox News Christian, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have no sacred cows?
What's that?
Steve, you should be good to come back in. No Sacred Cows, his other book.
I'm trying to the Deconverted.
Deconverted is the first one.
I gotta see the cover.
Hang on.
I got a terrible memory.
Hang on. I'm working on it. I got all these fucking books in the way, so I'm working on it.
Which reminds me, Neil, I've a word with Noah.
Oh, yeah.
Because his book should be out by end of month. So you might be able to get a free copy of that for when he's on.
There you go. Autographed.
Very nice. Yeah. I'm with you, Neil. The copy that I ordered from his website is supposed to have the signature.
Oh, yeah, for sure it will. And what did you say, Ian? I totally missed that.
Bit time Noah's on. Well, Noah's book's meant to be out by end of this month.
Oh, right.
So you might be able to get a free copy for when he's on, so you can review it with him.
Oh, I will. I'll definitely bug him and see if I can get one for sure.
That's if it's by end of month.
Sweet.
Oh, that's true too. Well, he's not till September, so.
You're gonna bug him with one of them small, tiny electronic microphones that you hidden in the house somewheres.
That's right. Yep.
Private chat.
If only you knew.
Hey, Neil, I heard you talking about Dr. Josh right before I jumped on.
Yes.
So first of all, that Josh might be one of my favorite human beings ever that I've ever got to talk to. And one little teaser that I'll give is I'm putting together a panel with 3 current pastors that are operating as pastors, and are actually all evangelical pastors, and then 3 former pastors that are now atheists. And they are going to have a panel discussion about full-time ministry and the impact on their mental health, their family, their income, and all of those things. So I'm actually going to disclude myself from that panel because my little brother, which is a pastor of about a 700 or 800 member church here in the city I live in, is going to be part of it. So I think it'd be dishonest if I was on there. But they're going to have that, and we're working on the dates right now to get everybody on at once. But that one is going to be fucking
that
epic.
should be interesting.
Yeah,
definitely. Let me know when that happens, because I'd be down for that one. And if you guys do an after party, I'd be fucking down for that for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm trying to think.
I'm pumped for that one.
I'd like to see.
Yeah,
I think of the ex-pastors I'd like to see.
I recently found your channel, so I thank you. I look forward to it.
Oh yeah, the Tart channel is amazing. If you don't know about it, go and sub to it, man.
Yeah,
I'm doing that right now.
Oh yeah,
I was just,
great.
I thought you guys were done. I couldn't go to sleep. I was too excited. So I was saying, like, oh, you guys are so busy. I said, well, let's hop on here. Especially when I started talking about Seth Andrews, and he also really played a major role in my deconversion as I just started getting out and like waiting for that lightning bolt to strike. And I sent him an email. This was 2012, just as he himself was starting to open up. And the one thing that really touched me about Seth was just the compassion and understanding and the way that he speaks and listens to give you that nudge of encouragement that, dude, what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with it. Continue searching, continue trying to find the truth, and just go with it. Work through those hard times, ignore the people who are trying to bash you down, and you'll find a new community. Those people who are, like we said earlier, those people who are going to throw you away because of your religious views, they were not there for the intent of being an actual friend, or family for that matter. And you will find a new family and be part of this community and grow. And as I'm now starting to create our own content as well, you can feel that satisfaction, and you can see that just your guys' encouragement, the role, that the way that you perceive our work and Tersia's work especially, that has an impact. And even if you just reach one person who's on the edge or who needs a talking board to bounce some ideas off of, or someone they can trust that they know won't throw them into the pit like so many people would. That's the most important thing that I learned from Seth, personally.
Yeah.
The one thing that I think that is really important about Seth's story and other people that were extremely religious is how they dealt with years worth of death, essentially, and how to grieve through it all and realizing you've not actually dealt with that loss in the first place. I think them stories from people like Seth, Codless Iowan, even Matt Dillahunty in some respects, I think those were really important lessons that needed to be learned.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and Deef, if I can kind of piggyback off what you said, that was elegant. That was amazing, and it's when you go through that deconversion process, there when you're talking to Christians that are still current believers, like they don't understand the turmoil and the things that go on psychologically, emotionally, like it doesn't all click with them. But I think this is, if I understood it right, Pine Snake kind of what he was alluding to there, or saying, is that there's and actually Nakasuchi, when I was on his channel a few weeks ago, I talked about this. Is there's this pivot that you go through, and all of a sudden you find a place where you're like, there's loneliness and depression and like this sense of who am I? What's my identity? You go through all those things, right? And you're trying to find that like, who am I now without this God? Who am I now without this religion? And that's tough, man. It's tough. And what Seth says about finding this new community and all that is so valuable. It's so, and that's why I'm so grateful for Pasta Mike and the other guys on Tart, because they have become my best friends, because I relate to them. We talk about the same things, but just in the last, I'll say month, because I always want to try to be as honest as possible. I won't say within the last 30, I'll say 45 days. I actually received a Facebook message from somebody that I went to church with, my brother's church with, before I started my deconversion process. And this person told me that they were praying that I would fall on my darkest times, and that my fiance would leave me, and that I would be left with nothing, and be left in the dark. That way I could see God's light. And
loving Christians, right?
Yeah, that I would come back to the saving grace of Jesus Christ. And I did not respond. I didn't reply. I didn't say anything. But knowing where I'm at now, I was like, man, if the most compelling argument you have to try to get me to come back to the dark side, so to speak, is telling me that you want me to experience misery and darkness and lose my fiance and my children and all that. Like, if that's your most compelling argument, I want nothing to do with you or your God.
Yesterday.
Love you, brother. I'll see you back here when your life falls to shit.
Yesterday was my birthday. I usually don't take the day off. I usually don't do anything for my birthday because my birthdays have always been like, at least since I've come out as an atheist, they've been very lonely for me. Like I've been shunned by all.
Oh, dude, what?
I've been shunned by all of my family almost. I've got my brother. That's about what I've got. But yesterday, when I did that live stream, and I did a live stream for 6 hours, and I missed so much. Like, I missed Mikey, Shannon Q got timed out, but like I realized like it was like the best birthday I ever had, because it was like I realized I am part of a community now. I'm not alone anymore, and it was somewhat liberating. Yesterday might have been one of the best nights I've ever had in my life. Because I'm not alone anymore,
dude.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Next year, that means next year your birthday is going to be on a Saturday.
Probably,
which means that you're going to have to jump in one of the after parties, and we're going to get our drink on. Oh yeah, you don't drink anymore.
Well, I might drink for an occasion.
Someone called the famine signal. What is that? Drinking on a Saturday?
The famine signal.
Hey, Rage.
Yeah. Mikey.
Rage.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it. It was a great day, and like all these people stopped in. Like my family, like I might have got like a few things on Facebook from my family, but like it wasn't even important anymore. It was like I spent 6 hours arguing and getting into dumpster fires with Christians and atheists alike. It was beautiful, man.
Why would you argue with rocks?
Okay, all right, you guys, come on.
Anyway, I gotta go. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd love to see y'all.
And you have kids.
What
are you doing here?
Myself.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm hopping on that train too. It's fucking 2.
Go Huskers.
Well, you behave yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And Oz, by the way, the lady that I had on tonight, I think you guys should have on your show as well on the roundtable. Definitely. And the person right next to you there, Deef, is her brother. So he can put the word to her to get in touch with you guys to make sure that she comes on your show, because she's got a great fucking story. She tells it on behalf of her entire family, who basically deconverted all at the same time, more or less. Some didn't realize that the other ones were going through that. So it's a very, very interesting story. Deef was part of it. Deef is the first one I spoke to about it, and he suggested that Tersia come on the show rather than him, because he felt he probably would have fallen flat on his face. Try to talk about it.
She handled a Neil after party quite well, so I think she'll have a blast on the round table, man.
Absolutely. She was the fucking ringleader for this one.
How dare you?
Oh, Mikey, you're always in the Mikey. Never mind. If I didn't think you were a valuable human being, I wouldn't be sending you $50 every fucking 2 weeks or so.
Well, now I have to change my rates. Thanks.
That was match rates, Neil.
Every day he's hustling. Every day he's hustling.
Are you kidding me? He's my producer. He's a valuable fucking part of the show. So or has become a valuable part of the show. So yeah, he deserves it.
I forget. Neil,
I'll take my 2 minutes back from his montage, Oz. Thank you very much.
Sorry, go ahead, Oz.
Mikey, you're welcome. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Neil, I forget. Do you guys broadcast on Mondays? I forget.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays I broadcast. Yes.
Okay. So I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to take anybody away from your show. But we got a crazy ass Christian coming on Monday. But y'all watch.
What time do you do? What
Uh,
time do you go usually?
It's we're going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern time. So that's 6 p.m. my time. That may actually, you know what? Because you do 9 p.m. and 6 p.m. I'm more or less almost done my after parties by 6 p.m. on the weekdays because I start at 4, right? So
that's true. So if you want,
unless Ian's in the party, then I'm fine.
so if you want, Monday night, this dude is he's off his rocker. I'm just saying right now, he's off his rocker. And he has stated emphatically that if you are an atheist, you automatically believe in the Big Bang and evolution to be absolute truth.
Well, we don't believe in it. It's a fact, whether we believe in it or not.
Right.
So,
but what I'm saying is, just
say now I want to be on the show.
Just because I lack a belief in a deity and a God does not mean that I believe in evolution. Those are two completely different conversations. Like the one has nothing to do with the other, and he cannot separate it. He cannot separate those two things.
I don't know who I'm apparently sound like.
For good reasons. You can be an atheist for horrible reasons.
Oh, of course. Dude, there are atheists that believe in crystal fucking healing, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and some atheists believe in spontaneous generation.
Put your shit away.
I just met. It was the first, and I wish I could remember what he called himself today. I met a guy that said he was an atheist, and when I started drilling down, he had this other title for it, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like atheist. Like I can't remember how he pronounced it, but it was, I don't believe in God, but I believe that we were planted here by aliens.
Oh yes,
like,
that's along the Pennsylvania thing.
Yeah, it was like.
Randolph wants to talk to this person that you're going to have on Monday.
So do I. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun if I could. But are they on Twitter?
I'm not saying it's God, but it's aliens.
It sounds like my buddy Richard Madsen.
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh, good Lord, Richard.
Whoa.
I've had quite a few conversations with Richard.
He's such a beautiful man, but man, he's got some, and he will argue these ideas, and you almost believe them.
Not a fucking chance.
Rage. I said the same thing after he was on our show. We went, got off live, and he was gone. I told the guys, I was like, that's ever since I deconverted, he's the first guy with some crazy ass shit claims that actually had me thinking.
Guys, isn't God by definition an alien? He's not from Earth.
That's true. Very, very true.
See, Richard has had more people rage quit from a stream than anybody else I know.
Watch Richard Madsen and Darth Dawkins. You will love it. You will think
absolutely.
That shit is hilarious.
Actually, you know what? Every time Rage is in one of my shows and he leaves, I'm going to have to call that the Rage Quit. From here on out, that's now the Rage Quit.
No, I use Rage Dinger to go with it.
I really wish I said that.
It's not very many times that I laugh so hard that I have tears in my eyes. But when I heard that clip with Richard, with Dawkins, with Darth, I was like in tears. I'm like, what is happening right now? What is happening right now? These are two human beings that have no idea what the other one is talking about because they don't even know what they're talking about. And now we're taking the two worlds and we're clashing them together. And this is
throwing them in a big bowl and hitting the mix button.
Yeah, oh man, it was great. It was great. Like, speaking of Dr. Josh, he said that was like one of the most beautiful conversations he's ever seen. So.
And that says a lot coming from Josh, man.
Yeah, that's another book. That's another book I'm reading right now. Have you guys got Josh's book on biblical slavery?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I have to. I am sadly behind. I'm sadly behind. Yeah.
Now, Mikey, you want crystals? Now you just lost your 30-minute segment, bro. You just lost your 30-minute segment. Done.
It's okay. He's got all the ones for the chakras right there.
Well, and they're in a circle, so it's correct.
If I charge this one right here, everyone will feel it, and you won't even have to broadcast it.
I actually have.
We can broadcast your.
I'm Native American, so I still have stones like that in circles, just like that, on my bookshelf over there. I admit it. I don't believe in this shit, but I admit it.
I think I got stones nearly the size of that in my kidneys. Why?
Drink different water. What do you do? What? Right,
go
to the hospital. You need a doctor.
What's that flat earther called that drinks his own piss?
Allegedly Dave. Allegedly Dave.
Oh, I thought it was.
There you go, Glass Monster. That's you. No, there's your new name, Glass Monster. Allegedly Dave. Or allegedly Glass.
Alleged Glass.
You guys are horrible.
Allegedly Glass. That's great.
Allegedly Mikey.
No, don't try to flip that joke back onto me as a re-joke. No, you got to come up with a new joke.
It's like re-gifting. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
I'm not rich, so I got to recycle.
All right, fair enough.
So I'll recycle Mikey.
I don't know what's happening right now.
He's
I don't either.
I'm just over here. I'm just over here worshiping Satan. Don't worry about me.
But guys, I've been going for over 3 hours now, and I still have things I got to do before I go to bed. Yeah. What do you mean? I know. I know.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I know. I've done like 8-hour long fucking after parties. I know.
But Neil,
I've definitely got to go to sleep. This is like two nights in a row. I've been up to 2:00, and I'm ancient now. So yeah.
Ancient. Listen to this guy right here. Just had a birthday. Now he's ancient.
Dude, you got to stay in shape.
Dude, I've got rocks that are older or younger than. Never mind. I don't know where I'm going. And they're atheists.
Yeah, they're atheists. Well, no. Ocean Geltoy put it best. Rocks are agnostic.
Now he's Jen.
I see Mikey got his rocks off his screen.
Now that's a good one.
No,
monster.
But now the rocks are going to roll, and we have proof that Jesus has risen.
Yeah, an atheist was blocking the door.
That's when he moved the atheist out of the way to leave the tomb.
Yeah, Mikey's completely stoned. Yeah.
Oh fuck!
If Aaron Ra ever sees this,
Mikey
he's gonna flip his shit.
No, he won't. He won't.
Here, Mikey.
I'll tell you what. Off since he started this shit.
Not only that,
I guarantee it.
You could say he's actually correct in one aspect, because they can't hold beliefs, so they don't believe in God. So there you go.
But the definition is a person
believe in anything. They are a.
But the definition is
they're a zebras. They're a.
But
whatever.
the definition is a person who, not an object that who.
I know that. Of course, they're going to put that as a definition.
That's
Nobody
why
thinks
you
that
say that the rocks are atheistic and not an atheist. It's personification.
Hey, whoa!
An atheist.
Whoa! Sticks and stones are totally different.
No, sticks and atheists.
My brain already did it. I love
atheist.
No, Aaron's on this kick, and he's just arguing with everybody about it. About rocks being atheists, on one technical aspect, yes, but really no.
That's all.
But not by the definition he's using. He's supplying the definition, which proves him wrong.
I know.
It's just
he's doing it on purpose, Ian.
I am.
He wasn't at the time. He wasn't at the time, though.
Oh, I guarantee you, he was.
At least if you're chewing on rocks, you can really get your minerals.
Chew on these rocks, mother. No, never mind.
Oh God!
Neil, don't get your rocks off now.
Cut the mic! Cut the mic!
YouTube.
Okay, it's 2:15. I'm out, people.
IQ's like, enough of this shit. I'm out.
This is gonna go on another 20 minutes. I already know it.
No. I got the same
time as me. It's like 2:15. I'm like, I need to go to bed.
Go to bed. All right, all you guys.
Peace out, y'all.
It's 7:15 and I want to annoy Neil more.
Well, E's is the only one I think that's on my time zone. So
yeah.
What do they call it when you can't sleep? Anyways, what do they call that?
That's insomnia.
Well, that's basically what I get quite regularly. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Well. Yeah, Stephen King has the book about that. It's worth the read if you can make it through it.
You should try
Netflix have a song about it.
Try reading Misery.
Oh, Misery is one of my favorites. Oh, I love
Misery's cool.
That book is freaky
Yeah,
because
it
it's
is.
completely possible.
I will never trust Kathy Bates.
Wow.
That book is plausible.
She was too good. She was too good in that role. I'll never trust her.
She was, yeah, Mikey. I mean,
that book was pure
wow.
misery.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy over here.
The guy that got to play the dude, he sucked, but Kathy Bates, she stole that. She stole that movie.
Did you see that video?
The guy that got to play the dude.
Back when
here's
Barnes,
my Mikey look for you. There you go.
You're re-joking again. There was a homegirl went into Barnes and Noble when that was still a thing, and she was dressed just like old girl from Misery, and looking for, what was it, Robert Sheldon? Is that the fictional author? Like, she's like, you don't have any Robert Sheldon?
That's what I saw. I saw that.
Yeah, she was like going off. Oh.
I saw that. I couldn't get the joke. I was like, what the hell is she talking about? I'm like, that.
Yeah, it's Misery. She was homegirl from Misery. I was like, that is creepy. I don't want to see that.
I just want to say, first of all, to Duh Idiot, which is a great fucking YouTube name, because most of the people that tune in are, especially when they go to like channels like Flat Earth shit. But anyway, thanks for jumping in and hanging out with us tonight, Duh Idiot. If by chance you have a deconversion story, you can find me on Twitter at 604atheist. Hit me up on Twitter, and I'll schedule you for a show if you want to come and do a show and hang out with us, and for an after party as well. Anyways,
can I have 10 seconds to shill?
Okay, sure.
All right, guys. As the resident producer for Neil the 604 Atheist, if you guys like,
I'm sorry, was somebody talking? I'm sorry, Neil.
Hang on, I've got boxing gloves. I'll go get
it is, if you guys like Neil's content and you like content from people that are cool, like you like watching good stuff on YouTube,
like I'm cool.
Like whatever, Neil. If you guys enjoy a channel, it's super important that you support the channel, because rough times happen to all of us, and that continued support helps spur creativity and spur energy towards all the projects that you guys like to watch and love. So please, if you have it, if you don't have it, then you don't have it, and that's fine too. But if you have it, throw a couple bones Neil's way. Go to patreon.com/Neil the 604 Atheist. It's important to support people that you care about and people that you want to keep having a channel. There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what I have to
Hit
say.
the like
It's
button.
all about my guests.
Here's your 2 American cents.
That's a Canadian nickel.
Exactly. Wow. 2 American cents.
If you wish hard enough, yes.
Not much difference.
I just bought all of Neil's stuff on Bandcamp from his band. It was like $19 Canadian. That shit was like $14. I was like, all right. I kind of like this Canada thing. All right,
that's
Canada.
all right, Mikey. I'm cheap and easy, so there you go.
What's not to love?
Hey Neil, if you do have time tomorrow night, do check out that episode with the atheist mom, because she has a deconversion process, and shortly before her deconversion process, she actually had a child of hers that was murdered.
What?
And yeah, and she kind of had to go through all that, like the grieving and all that at once. I talked to her. I've been talking to her for a while, like the last 2 months. She's got an incredible story. And she's
that's on your show tomorrow?
Tomorrow night. Yep.
Wow, could you point her in my direction? I'd love to have hear that story as well on my show, because that's holy shit, dude. That is like wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Because you know I'm always looking out for you. Like we're gonna talk a little bit about deconversion, but we're gonna talk more about the mental health aspects of that, and going through the diagnoses and all that. But I would love to tee her up for you. So
definitely, that'd be really cool. And don't think that because that's what I do on the norm that you guys can't have people tell their stories on your channel. I bug Chris about that all the time because it's funny. Anyone can do this. I encourage people to have people on telling their deconversion stories because they do help people. I get emails now. This started a few months back, but I get emails now all the time by people saying, "Hey, I've seen some of your shows and they've helped me over that hump. They've helped me." I think, holy shit, that person went exactly what I went through, and I'm now an atheist, right? So I get thank you emails all the fucking time now.
What you're doing, Neil, is really pure, and John Peterson cites you as his inspiration for Apostate Alliance. So, you know what you're doing with Christians.
Oh wow,
here,
really?
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah. What
man.
you're doing with Christians here, he wants to do with ex-Muslims coming out of the Islamic faith, and then you know, as we had Oz on, we occasionally have on Christians as well. But yeah, he often says that watching your show is what inspired him to want to do that.
Oh, shit, I've had many Muslims on. Zara K, Apostate Prophet, Armin Nababi. Many on already. And
what your channel
really
does
stories.
reminds people are not alone, that they're not the first ones to go through these problems.
Yeah, exactly.
And Neil,
you just talk.
Yeah, and Neil, I know you're not offended if you won't be offended if we do that. But my thing is,
no, of course not.
If we can, you know, because one of my go-to areas outside of talking about, you know, the Bible and epistemology and all that is talking about mental health and all that. If I can do all that and still save the entire deconversion story for you, I'm always going to try to do that. Why? Because you've helped us. That's how it should be, in my opinion. That's how it should be. I'm going to look.
I appreciate that.
And if it comes about and she shares more than I planned on, that's on her. You know, that's up to her. But you know,
totally fine.
Yeah, and my plan is to get into, you know, mental health and what does that look like in your current life. So.
Sure.
Well, that raises a point.
The more channels. Oh, sorry, Ian. Just let me get this out. The more channels that have these sorts of stories, the better, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally agree.
This is the thing. I mean, Neil's is a general. This is my journey. What yours seems to be, is what you're saying is this specific aspect is what I struggled with in this entire journey, because the whole journey you can't go into in an hour. It takes like 6 or 7 different channels to get an entire person's entire story out, and it could be family dynamics, which me and Mike and the others here have discussed about various aspects, which may not directly affect how you view religiosity, but it does have an effect on you as you're growing up. My background wasn't particularly religious, but it was impacted by religion.
Which is why you were on my show.
Yeah. So it's all, you need to be coming at it from different directions rather than just one, this is what I was. So
sure. And that's why necessary. That's why I have Cradle Atheists on my show, because it also demonstrates how religious people can try to influence people's lives that way too. So you get to see like these people that are trying to, like, for lack of a better word, pull the wool over somebody's eyes just to loop them into a cult or some shit like that, right? So, and no illusions is going to be very, very similar to that when we have Noah on there. So.
Further on, I just want to add to that, just telling your story, that might be good for you to get it out, and that might help people itself. But that's not the end of your journey. You as a person, in many cases...
Journey never ends, my friend.
To rediscover yourself. And having these discussions on different topics on mental health and education and how to get involved that gives an atheist person that has come out of a completely different world a new goal, a new way to reach out and influence other people, but also enrich themselves. And that's where the building process continues. And then the more people that address different aspects of that story gives value to that person, and it also addresses the main point that holds back many theists is what's the goal of my life if I don't have a God to send me to heaven, right? If you can get that mind switch that that's not the end of the world, this is just the beginning of getting a new life and getting into what you're actually passionate about and living life in an honest, um, real way without having to wonder about what's happening behind you.
Yeah, and if I could say this, and then I'll bounce off because I know I've talked a lot tonight, but the that part of it is where like there's still the emotions that come, like just even listening to you talk, like I started to get emotional because I remember coming out of it how many different emotions I had, and like even with Pasta, I'm a grown ass man and I have no problem saying this. Like when I first met Pasta and him and I first started to build a true friendship and a true relationship, and I could talk to him about the things I was feeling and going through with my family and exiting religion. There was times where him and I would be talking at 1, 2 a.m. about the things my family had said or what they had done. And I was crying like a little schoolboy, man, like bawling my eyes out because I couldn't believe that this is how these people treated me just because I didn't believe the way that they believed anymore. So whether it's on Neil's show and and going through the steps of the deconversion process, or on our show or whatever show, and going through the actual emotional and mental and psychological toll that it takes on the human, that it takes on the individual, you can do that in an hour. Like Mikey said, what Diva said, you can't do all of that in 1 hour. And yeah, all of it's important. And guess what? Those emotions are real. They're raw. And there's still days that I struggle with it. And I'm 3 years out. There's still days where I'm like, damn, man, like I'm not worth it to you. My family, like I'm not worth it to you. Like just because I don't agree with you, like I'm not worth it to you. There's still days I deal with those emotions. So,
the Bible says right in it. The Bible says right in it to hate your family.
Yeah. That's a good point that Oz brings up, though. It's not just for other people to say, yes, I'm going through that. It's also cathartic for you to get your story out and to talk about these things. Oz says, you're not ashamed to say that you cried like a little schoolboy. It also breaks down this narrative that men can't cry, men can't show emotions, men can't do this. But also for women,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
And
I cry when I spill my beer.
You did earlier. It's same for women. Women aren't allowed to be strong. They're not allowed to be competent. They're not allowed to be this. They're not allowed to be that. And by showing that they've had the strength to cut ties with family that do make them feel like crap for leaving the faith, that they have the strength there to be able to do it. That's just as important as men crying or doing whatever is necessary to heal.
Yeah, and just to bounce off of that again, as you might not, I know you're probably going to go back and watch the whole interview with Tersia, but this whole point that we're addressing now really comes back to what we as a family experienced. Where there was a day when I was sitting face to face with my mom and dad and saying to me, "Well, then you're dead to me as a child," and that pain is still going on. And when we just mention that to each other, we all ball up again. But that also lets them grow as 71-year-old parents, where they can realize that this is not any fault of theirs, that they didn't do anything wrong as parents, but that we can have these discussions and even at that age learn and grow. And that's also the importance of the story.
Deef, just hearing you talk tonight on the after party, I know that your sister kind of explained most of everything that happened with you guys. I still think, and just listening to you tonight demonstrates to me that you should come on my show anyways and tell a different perspective of the same story. I still think it's a viable thing, dude. You have the way you talk about it. I think I need to have you on.
I understand.
So
especially if you're going through it at the same time, because yes, you were going through it at the same time, and many of the things may have been the same, but the way you felt about maybe going to church with a family because they didn't know, that would cause a huge difference in your story and your sister's story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I also learned a lot from my sister's story, stuff that I didn't know, especially from her perspective as a child, and with the big age difference.
That's cool.
So
there's 15 years between you guys, right?
15 years between me and my sister. I mean, I grew up as an only child, even though we're 4 children. So yeah, that could be a good thing. My only fear is that I am living in a hostile country, one of the more liberal ones. But if I have found students finding my Twitter handle and seeing a post that I put up in 2008 as a student at varsity, so having that is the only part that prevented me from actually coming on. But I do think now that my sister's done it and I've been on the stream as well, that I'd be more confident, and also confident that
you're already in my after party, friend. So
we'll just make you a new Twitter handle. Just erase the old one. We'll make you a new one. Get you 400 subs. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Mikey the second.
Have you guys are my followers right there.
We'll call him Mikey the second.
Why? We already have a Mikey.
We call it Mickey.
Oh,
Mickey. Yeah, there you go. We got the name of
God
Tersia
damn it.
Suddenly he's. Now he gets called. I don't even want to say it. It's funny, but I don't want to say it.
The thing is, it's like everybody has that name that's like directly adjacent to their name that they get called all the time. Like if you're a Mike or a Michael, when people call you Mark, you're just like, no, fuckstick. It's clearly Mike. It's right there.
Whoa. What did he just say?
I love that one. I haven't heard that in so long.
God, fucko.
Fuckstick.
My name is Ronnie. I get Donnie. I get Lonnie.
Yeah.
Tommy.
No.
I'm like, motherfucker.
No. Ronnie, not Tommy.
Hold on,
How
Mikey.
did you get
This
that?
is my fuck stick.
Mikey, did you just say fuck stick?
See?
Yes.
Holy shit. Like, I said that shit one day and my fiance, like, cracked up. She was like, I've never heard that in my life. I just made that shit up on a whim. I'd never heard it. Then you just said that, like, literally, if you see my eyes, you go watch the replay.
Mind?
Oh, dude,
what the
fuck stick's been around forever.
I blew your mind a little bit.
I never heard you. Like, you blew my mind a little bit.
I got a little bit. It's all right.
What have you been smoking, Mikey?
I don't smoke marijuana. Glass. Quit. What are you, a cop? I'm not confessing shit to you.
Are you a cop?
Hold on.
Get out of here, 12. Fuck 12.
I don't either.
Hold on. His name is Glass Monster. He's asking what you're smoking. I'm wondering what he's smoking.
Oh, he smokes,
Glass?
but that has absolutely
Glass?
nothing to do with the name.
If Mikey smoked weed, he'd be the most serious person in the universe.
Right?
So everyone has tried to smoke me up. I've smoked like 3 times in my life, but I used to smoke cigarettes, and apparently, unbeknownst to me, they're not hit. You don't. Well, you're not supposed to hit weed like you hit tobacco.
No.
Kidding.
Actually, even if you inhale it, you don't have to hold it in. Like if you go, you don't have to. You inhale it; it's going right into your bloodstream. You don't have to hold it in.
I smoked Red Hundreds, so I hit the shit. I was just like,
hold on. Neil's gonna. So the show's at 3.5 hours. We're gonna spend the next 3.5 hours, and Neil is going to learn us how to smoke marijuana. So go ahead, Neil.
Just let me right now. Here's a little halfy juby that I have left here.
That's not.
I've already had
3.5 hours.
Well, hell, I will if I only go and then put it out and then wait another 20 minutes and go. Yeah, it's a big one. All right, just shut up, Mr. East Coast. All right.
Barely a roach.
I've had no good weed experiences because the people I smoke with did not forewarn me that I need to take it easy, do a little bit because you have never smoked before, not just you know how to smoke things. Smoke just take it.
Smoke this.
Just take a hit. I'm like, cool, take a hit. I'm like, yo, why is everybody laughing at me? Like, no joy, no euphoria, paranoia.
Yeah,
that's me, bro.
That happens a lot.
That's me, bro.
That happens a lot to people that don't smoke it a lot. It happened to me when I first started too. And actually, the other day,
paranoia.
All right, well,
people who smoke avidly.
you gotta be in the right company. You gotta be in the right frame of mind. There's all sorts of little caveats that you need to know before.
Man, everybody was looking at me and laughing at me, and I was like, "Yo, fuck all of y'all." I got aggro as shit. I was mad.
Oz, you're now an honorary Canadian.
Marijuana.
So an American named Oz is an honorary Canadian.
Yep.
Marijuana.
Figure that one out.
What is it?
I think you're going to be a royalist.
Indica and whatever the other one is. They say I need to do the other one.
Sativa.
Which one's the hyper one?
Sativa.
Sativa's the one you can smoke and still function. Indica's the one you smoke and you end up just playing video games all day, or watching movies. But a blend is a really nice. Like I have a couple of. I have one here. I have one here called Platinum Kush. That is a really, really good blend.
So a big to-do has to do with how your body responds to the strain, and they can't really figure that out yet. So I mean, I in particular, I like indicas. There's certain sativas that will put me the fuck down. Like they will just knock me out.
This is true.
You know, so
it is a body chemistry thing. He's right.
Yeah. So it doesn't. Yes.
I also can't have tequila for the exact same reason.
Yeah,
I get paranoid and I want to fight everybody. Yeah, I've been banned. I can't have
tried it with me.
Well, hang on. Let Ace finish his thought here. He was still going with this.
My bad.
Sorry, I kind of lost.
Because
too much of the
yeah. So yeah, no,
Stevia.
Yo, PSA announcement. Everybody, do not
new
smoke
sweet weed.
Yeah. Do not smoke stevia. You will die.
Stevia.
You will. You will.
It will kill your ass.
You might as well smoke hogweed for fuck's sakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it depends on how your body
Night, Gio.
What it is that what's wrong with you, and yeah, just like Neil said, mood kind of counts. Mood does matter. Yeah, it shouldn't a lot, and just like Mikey said, if it's your first time, take it easy. It's not to be taken lightly.
Be with people you trust too.
Yeah,
they didn't say shit. The little motherfuckers. They thought that shit was funny.
Hold on.
It wasn't funny when I was cussing everybody to fuck out because I was paranoid. That shit wasn't funny.
I was still that dude.
I went
early
raw.
20s. I was that dude that would just sabotage you. Like, yeah, here, smoke this fat ass quarter blunt.
Smoke this Cheech and Chong movie doobie here and see how you feel after that.
Man, I lit them motherfuckers up.
I thought y'all was talking about smoking weed. All of a sudden, it sounds like y'all taking hits of acid. Like, don't do it alone. You're gonna get paranoid.
I didn't know you like to get wet. I didn't know you like to get wet.
I get paranoid when I don't smoke weed.
Yeah, weed isn't anymore.
Right?
Weed is a lot stronger. It has a lot. They do involve chemicals now. They do involve botany. It's not what it used to be. The percentages are a lot higher. So yeah, be careful. Be careful.
I'm trying to smoke a dandelion or something. I don't do that.
Yeah, they're concentrating it, and that's brand new. So you got to be real careful.
And that's why I concentrate on vodka.
Go ahead, Deef.
All right, guys, I'm just reading again. Thanks for letting me pop in again.
Love you, man.
The stream is fucking done, man. So yeah, you're I hate to break it to you, Deef, but you're now a part of our community. You have no choice. You've been roped in. One of us.
Yeah, Deef, you're fucked now.
Yeah,
Join
welcome to the dumpster fire.
You're stuck with us now.
So thanks for the comments. Thanks for meeting you all. Keep safe.
Yes.
We're like an ingrown hair. We're here and we're painful. There is no plus back.
Yeah,
Mikey.
I'm gonna need you to come original.
I'm smooth like a real good quality weed. Like BC Bud.
You're as smooth as you deliver
BC
that line.
Thank you, Mikey.
Speaking of which, good night, Deef. Fuck. I was going to say something earlier and I completely forgot. Oh, I was going to say I just had they're now growing a weed from the 90s before they started getting into all the real chemically stuff. It's called pre-98 Kush. And it still has a little bit of but it was more mixed breeding. What they did it in the 90s before all the new types of hydroponics and shit came out. They were still hydroponic, but they had a mix. They would clone and mix breed, and they are now re-released the pre-98 Kush. And I had a bag of that shit.
It's like it's Bubba.
It's like a Bubba, yeah, exactly. Yes. But it was so mellow and smooth, and it didn't make me cough. Like I remember those days. I was a big weed.
Neil, are you trying to?
We used to smoke tubes and fucking cliff jump into the rivers and shit back in the day.
Are you trying to tell us this is a Seth Andrews of weed?
It's a Seth Andrews weed. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Here we go.
All right.
The stuff that Cheech and Chong would have smoked.
Right. Well, no, there's the 70s shit, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Acapulco Gold and California Roll and all that stuff.
Yeah. Jack Carrera.
Yeah.
I wonder how they would
exactly.
handle.
Holy shit. There's one from the past.
Yeah, that chocolate tie.
That was
Chocolate
never
tie,
a real thing. The chocolate tie was never a real thing. It was weed on tie sticks, but they ran it through molasses, and that's why it was so thick, and they called it chocolate.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I was just gonna say it was a thing. It was a thing, but it wasn't a thing. Like that.
Right.
I like
So
Sorry, guys.
So the God of the Bible is a thing that actually wasn't a thing.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. He's even less of a thing than the chocolate tie. At least we have evidence of the chocolate tie.
Yeah.
I have a feeling those Hebrews were majorly stoned when they wrote the Bible.
But I mean,
You'd
the Tower of Babel was real, yo.
Yo,
Very
that's why we all. Isn't that why we all have different languages now? We all used to speak English.
I had a couple Christians tell me. Nephilim Free told me that the Tower of Babel is historical. I'm like, are you fucking?
No, it's fucking not.
So is the Ark, bro. There's a museum.
Right.
There's a museum, bro.
It must be real.
So Neil, let me go off here because I got to pour a fucking drink, and I got some work to do before our shows. We got a debate tomorrow too, so I got to get all that shit knocked out. But Neil, thank you as always for having me on, and we'll get the date and everything confirmed for the big old fucking atheist extrava fucking Ganza or whatever we fucking call it.
Oz, if you guys are doing an after party tomorrow at all of some sort, or
it depends on for us. It's like it depends on viewers and all that. If it's worth it, we do it. If not, we
fucking
start
do it.
working
And
on
I'm jumping in. I could jump in tomorrow.
And I always work when the culture
channel
goes on.
What'd you say, Rich?
I said I always work when the cool streams are going. Yeah, I work second shift. So
stop working. Not fuck.
Yeah, that sucks.
Come on, make YouTube your job. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I know I tried.
Like,
but
I can't do that.
YouTube hates me. So
Try harder.
All right, good meeting you guys. And Mikey, maybe one day you'll be as fly as me, brother. We'll talk to you later. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna bail out right now, and you're not even gonna get a response.
Classic. That's classic.
That was great.
That was a good dismount. I'm not going to take any points away from him for that. He dismounted perfectly. I can't say anything. Good job. Good job. You got me. You got me. You got me. You get got sometimes. Yeah. It's
I get God all the time, so I know all about it.
Oh, I'm downloading this video as soon as this stream is done rendering. Like, there's so much gold in today. There's so much gold. Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Right, you guys, I gotta get going. It's almost fucking midnight here, as Ease knows, because he's on the same fucking time zone as me.
Yeah, I'm working. I'll be on
Mikey, why do you have to wait to download it?
Because it needs to render first.
Because he's busy in here right now. He can do it afterwards.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyway.
Well,
yeah.
He has his computer
like
set.
I don't even have to defend myself.
He could have been
My
saving
peeps
it
are
as
all
a
over that
gram.
shit. Well, That's fine. You can do it whenever the fuck he wants. Let's put it that way.
There you go.
Let's not limit ourselves here, people. All right. Indubitably. No, after you. No, I insist after you. Classic cartoons. Anyway, thank you guys for jumping in tonight, man. It was a lot of fun.
Have you wrote everyone's name down?
I have. Yes, I have. It's right here. Okay.
All right, next to your dick pic.
Right next to no, that's on the other one. It's on my other note.
How many dicks you got?
Wouldn't you like to know? What are you writing my biography?
What are you, a cop?
There you go. There you go.
Well, not so much your biography in general, just your biography on Pornhub.
Wait, I have a biography on Pornhub? All right. Thank you guys for jumping in, making the after party as amazing as it is. I will put out a thank you tweet within the next 15, 20 minutes or so. Mikey, dude, we'll make this work.
Strength
we'll make this work. You bet. Knock, it's great having you back in, man. It's been a while since you've been in one.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Anytime. I told you. And Ease, I think this is your first time in one of my after parties.
Yes,
so
yes, this was awesome.
We will get you on the show, and you can tell your story, and I'll probably interrupt with stupid jokes here and there. So
That's my kind of show.
The 21st night of September.
September. No, that's right. When did we? 21st, right? 21st.
21st.
I remember.
Monday.
These will be on Monday, 21st, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I could plan. I have enough time to plan for it, so yeah, it's fine.
And I love drinking on Mondays, so yay, because it's the first day back at work, so it's all good.
I have always loved Mondays. I kid you not. I really like Mondays.
Yeah, I've never understood that whole. Yeah. Although I do like the meme with Rick from Walking Dead with the shovel hitting him that says Monday on it. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
Whack. Coral. Anyway,
Coral.
Glass, eventually you're going to have to get on fucking Twitter so you can see the thank yous that I put out. Because I always put your name. I just don't put an @ symbol beside it because you don't reply.
Well, you know how difficult that will be with all the flirts have basically completely destroyed any chance I have of making that ever work again.
Oh, well, we'll see if we can work something out. Anyway,
I don't need Twitter.
You don't need it, but you don't need to be on it all the time.
Yeah.
Right. But at least you can reply to certain things. I'm not a fan of Discord. I go on whenever I have to.
You got one.
Twitter,
I know I do.
Twitter's
I didn't start it.
Twitter's a cesspool of humanity. Everybody should experience just the awfulness.
Every media platform can be a cesspool depending on what area of it you're in. Even Facebook, fucking Instagram.
I dip my toes in for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, ooh, evil people. I'm gone.
Well, Jimmy Snow closed his Discord because of all the fucked up people on there.
Yeah, he gave me a heads up on that beforehand. Ian, my across the pond brother. It's always good to have you in here, man. I hope your girlfriend's going to be like, you were on Neil's fucking show again, weren't you?
Oh, the only reason why I managed to get onto it is because she got up and went to work.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Yeah, right. I like this guy. He's got her working. He can sit here and stream all day.
Why do you think I'm your fucking producer?
Ouch.
I was like, hey, I got this free time. She has to sleep.
Remember to edit that part out, Mikey. All right, so he's like, nah, fuck that.
She's asleep already. I'm good. She has to work.
And last but not least, of course, who's still with us, Mikey, my producer extraordinaire.
You already did me.
I appreciate everything you do for me, my man.
Love you, man.
And come on back on Monday. Let me double check again because I have them all written down, so I don't really memorize that shit. It's Dominic, right? My buddy Dominic, who's Fishing with Dawn at Fishing with Dawn on Twitter. He also has a YouTube channel where he does a bunch of fishing tips and stuff like that. And it's actually pretty enjoyable. for a fishing channel. But anyways, guys, like I always say at the end of these things, well, right now with the COVID virus thing going on, remember, guys, to be safe and be well, and above all, be kind. That's important. And like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.